Going live. 3, 2, 1. Live from my basement. It's Thursday night. Woohoo! Welcome, Dave's Imaginations presents Dark Queen Ascension, The Fallen. We are in the last quarter, third, 10%. I don't know. How long you guys gonna string this thing out?
I don't know.
We're stringing it out. I'm sure there are enough side
As long
quests.
as we can.
As long as we can.
You're the one who keeps giving us side quests.
You have to do certain things. You can't just go up and bitch slap Tiamat and say,
Why
"You
not?
can't come here."
Why not?
I mean, we could have.
Oh, well, you know what?
We won't live long.
Fine. Next week we face Tiamat.
Okay.
We'll see.
I'm feeling sick.
We get a few levels up, like for next week.
Yeah.
You mean
Like
levels
8?
down?
Like
In,
8 levels?
levels down in levels of hell. Anyway, so we got the corner camera going, and without much further ado, before my friend Christian yells at me, not that he would ever yell at me, he doesn't yell at me, but he would gently remind me that
There you go.
we have
I'd be disappointed in you.
a theme to play. Okay, let's jump over to our game layout, and we'll jump over to our, where is it? Live streaming. I want this here. Drag that over right there. Okay, when last we met our adventurers, we had escaped the swamp, escaped Gazunti with the shell of a flail snail. We needed this shell of a flail snail because we were led to believe we could grind that sucker up, and with the bags given to us and the what's it called? The string that comes out? The fuse. With the fuses we were given, that we would be able to put the dragon mask in those bags, light the fuse, and blow up the magic item. It's very hard to destroy magic items, but the black mask of Waterdeep thought that might work. Has she ever done it? No, that ought to work. Here, have a bag, have a fuse. Go see if it works. It's only the fate of the world depends on it, as those dragon masks are going to be used in a ritual to summon Tiamat, the dark dragon queen herself, raising from Avernus, which happens to be the same place our former dwarf is. Former cleric. So we got the Flisno, we've escaped the Highmoor swamp, and we're headed toward the town of Subar. As we've come into town of Subar, we notice it's war-torn and bombed out houses, and it's somewhat scattered, vacated. And as you come into town with your wagon that you bargained for, and come into town, this tabaxi cowboyish cowgirlish comes in and kind of does a western standoff, draws, fires, and shoots. The bullet flies right past Olok's ear, shooting dead were-rat behind him. There was a pair of them, and one of them had slipped a bag over the top of Minnie, some magical bag, as it swallowed up Minnie. And but the one were-rat fell and turned into this bluish furry creature thing that we've identified as an Xvart, Xvart, Xvart. And but the other one grabbed the bag, tucked it in himself, and transformed into a rat. Strider makes chase as a badger, but there's too many tunnels. And it gets away. Olak is beside himself. The Tabaxi, Dust in the Wind was her name, invites you into her tavern, and you can see these refugees are not doing well, but you have just brought a whole wagon full of supplies, and you offer to them. And they're very gracious and very thankful, and they said, yeah, but, we do kind of have a problem. We have rats. It reminds me of the commercial where they say we have ants. I don't know. Will you be able to clean this whole place? Yeah. Anyway, they have rats. And you've experienced that. Minnie's gone. Oh my God! And so she says, "Well, I would really love to question one of these because I need to figure out where their den is, and so we can, rescue whoever's down there." And Olak's in agreement with that. You set up an ambush using Delta as bait, and Gloin, the ghost of Gloin, in theory is going to try to possess one of the potential attackers. But when we did it and those attackers came, Gloin tried to possess them, but they passed their saving throw and escaped. And then all you guys started throwing everything at them, right? And they still somewhat got away until somebody did a mind blast, some sort of blast, cone blast. Did some sort of mind blast over the course of 60-yard cone, and it hadn't gotten that far away yet. And so Christiana was able to detect that something had died, and so Strider then became excavator Strider, as he just started picking up the dirt and dumping it until they found the dead body of Exvart that had the bag. So, but then from there, we are somewhat disappointed that this failed.
We got Delta back.
Absolutely got Delta back. The dead Exvart did have the bag, and we were able to go back to the tavern. Now, we might also recall that in the previous earlier Ruckus, right, had been cursed, and initially it was the gold wound, right, and the lack of hit points, but then it changed at some point, and there's a storm cloud over his head at all times, and so you guys we're in the tavern and having this conversation. He was staying outside by himself. Now, did I say you had a long rest?
No,
I don't think so.
only Strider because of the whole event coming.
Well, that was previous, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh, we've been. It was.
Well,
You did.
I thought we were staying the night because we had to recharge everything, right?
Yeah,
we
it's
get-
been at least
Those
2
thing
days
was
to
it?
get here, maybe 3.
But there was an encounter not too long ago where no one but Strider got a long rest because the 4 hours hadn't been up. You had
Yeah,
rested
that
for-
was at the swamp.
That was at the swamp. That was at the swamp.
Yeah.
That was days. So this is 6 days have passed since then. 6 days have passed since you left the swamp. You are in Subar and helping the village folk deal with their rat problem. Hoping to find one, capture one, and question it, or possess it, or whatever other idea you had. You think we had a long rest?
I thought we did.
Yeah. So
I think so because I swapped a spell with
Yeah.
the not that we took a long rest.
Here's my question. Ruckus has his lamp, right, with the mansion inside of it. Where's that lamp? During the day, who holds that lamp? Ruckus, wouldn't he? He would hold it. I would assume so, right? So, I think instead of staying outside, he would probably be in his lamp, probably in the wagon. Doesn't that make sense?
Sure.
I think that makes sense, right?
Does the rain cloud follow inside?
Oh yes. Oh yes, he is cursed with this rain god, and he probably went and he got in his aquarium and it's raining underwater, huh?
Maybe the cloud just hovers above the water, so wherever
Yeah,
he's swimming, the cloud's always raining on the water.
I'm sure it is. So he'll be there, and the rest of you, as you talk through the evening, there's beds for you if you want them, or you can go find the lamp and get in the lamp with Ruckus. How do you want to handle this? Or you can talk more.
Let's get a plan.
Here's an
I was
idea.
gonna say we need to get past 6%.
We all get in the lamp, and we put the lamp in the road. Then they take the lamp.
Yeah, but aren't okay.
And then we
Not
all
opposed.
pop out.
Not opposed.
I don't know. I'm just thinking through.
But the lamp is magical, and if it's magic inside of a magic bag, we could be like doing the whole
TBK.
death by
Well, no, it'd be
death by
ethereal
bag of
plane or whatever.
holding something,
We wouldn't die, but we'd be all in like the ethereal plane.
That's a good point.
whatever. Yeah.
That's only if you put like a bag of holding in a bag of holding or similar item.
Well, what happens when you put a lamp, extra dimensional lamp inside of a bag of holding?
I think we've always avoided it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
There's no reason why we can't leave the bag of holding and the portable hole behind and then all hide in the lamp. That's not a bad idea.
But the problem is when the were-rats find that lamp, where do you suppose they're going to throw it?
Well, I would assume Delta has it
We would assume Delta has the lamp.
and try to have them kidnap Delta again.
Yeah, and then they would throw it inside of the extra dimensional bag, and then boom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've caught up. I'm just trying to roundaboutly get us into the astral plane for a fun adventure.
well,
Screw
yeah,
Tiamat.
we definitely need a plan, and we've bandied about some things. I mean, in all seriousness, we haven't answered the question of what happens when they take Minnie out of the bag. Can Minnie defend himself? I mean, these creatures are not exactly, to my knowledge, they're not high on hit points. So Minnie, with his 4 shots of whatever, might be able to literally shoot his way out of it. Or we've talked about diverting the river and flooding the holes, which could be advantageous from a standpoint of it gets a lot of channels at once, right? I mean, if there's all these underground trails, then
I remember that conversation.
You just
So
had it tonight
interesting.
before.
yeah,
You
just
Okay.
before you got here, so that covers a lot of ground, right? Rather than trying to polymorph or wild shape or whatever and chase individual tunnels for who knows how long.
It's a big, big construction project.
River's right there.
Depends on how close one of the tunnels is to the canal.
That might have to be a question I pose to the D&D group. How they handle people that want to use a cantrip every 6 seconds all day long. Every 6 seconds. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. I wonder if there would be exhaustion involved. It seems like there would. I'll have to pose that question.
Fair enough, but
No, it's fair. I mean, that you can do it at will, so why not?
right. Well, and the other thing we could do. Bear with me here. Let me check something. Here.
If we don't want to go the flooding route, I'm still kind of thinking the glowing possessing Olak route is a good way to go.
Gloin possesses Olak. Olak gets kidnapped.
Yep.
And then
With the assumption being that Glenn would come along for the ride. And then, I mean, could Strider wild shape into something
we had to
small
follow
and
the
fast that
streams.
wouldn't be noticed?
Sure.
A little chipmunk.
Yeah.
Or a rat snake. A snake would move through a tunnel. I mean, I'd be skinny enough, reasonably fast. And let's see here. Bear with me. Pull up another. Go check this out. Let's see here. What we got?
Is that bothering her? By dice?
No. She whines like that just occasionally.
The fact that nobody's paying attention to her bothers you.
It looks like there's something
Yeah.
outside. Look.
Yeah.
She need a body?
No. She just went before we came.
Okay. Let's see here. So,
She hasn't really had a chance to play all day. Well, she played Ascension.
You gave her some loving when she got here. So what are we doing, guys? So it's bedtime. Or we going to take our long rest? We still talking? I think we're still
I
talking.
think so,
Yes.
yeah, we're still talking about like beers or whatever.
I thought somebody was looking something up. I was.
Someone
No,
comes
you're
up with the crazy idea of diverting the river.
I don't think it's crazy. I think that's.
That's what you do with rabbits and rats.
It all depends
Any
on how
vermin
long you
wanna
have
get
to
rid of in a
trench to
hole.
get to a tunnel.
It's still a crazy idea in the grand scheme of things.
is it crazy or creative?
It's definitely creative.
It's borderline. There's a
But
fine line.
If we look at the map, all right, how far do you really expect to get this river to flood?
The problem is the nearest tunnel to excavate to is way over here somewhere.
But is it? Have we searched? We haven't looked around. These guys might have holes at every building waiting to pop in and grab stuff from people. I mean,
I would even, and I think Dustin Wynn would even say that seems. She finds those holes everywhere.
right. So, to me, it's not out of the realm of possibility that somewhere over there, you know, because these white things look like gardens or growing areas, right? Fields. These white.
Oh, these are fields, yeah.
Yeah, all these. So, like, there's one right by the river. You know, 10 to 1, there's probably no less than several holes in that area that could, you know.
You do see that there is some elevation here, at least on this side.
Yeah, so if you dump the water in the lower elevation, how is it going to get back to the upper elevation?
Pressure,
Who's going to put the pressure in there?
the current of the river. Current of the river is driving this water wheel. In theory, that's working the mill. Creative idea, but I think the sphere of influence would be somewhat limited. Right? I could see it effectively doing maybe this far off the coast, but once it gets beyond that, you're gonna have diminishing returns as far as flooding is concerned.
Sure. Right.
But it is not. It's creative, yeah. You can certainly try it. So I heard Olak say he wants Glenn to possess him and you to jump in his pocket and just put himself out there.
Another thing we could do is we could start a fire in every hole. Burn them, smoke them out.
Smoke them out. Yep.
I get the smoke to go down instead of up.
Well, if
The
we-
draft will pull it.
Yeah, if we send it, if you tuck it in far enough, it's going to have to go to where the air is, which isn't necessarily always up.
The fire will feed it, but the smoke will go. If as long as there's air draft pulling in.
And we can fan, right?
Yep.
I mean, however many we got townspeople. I mean, I guess it also comes back to the other question about timing, right? I mean, I don't remember exactly where we are in the chronology versus when we have to get to the Drakhorn to divert, to stop the ritual, right? I mean, that's the thing. We're fighting the clock here a little bit.
We don't know. Yeah.
We don't know, but it's looming large.
Well,
I think Olak's idea is probably the best.
Without doing the lamp, does anyone have the locate object spell?
I don't currently have it. I could have it tomorrow.
We were talking about doing the long rest.
Yeah, this is late in the evening anyway, so we are going to have a long rest, and you could have that spell tomorrow.
I mean,
But we're not doing anything because it won't be too much longer, and I'm going to disappear.
I can scry.
Yeah, Gloin is on getting close. Oh, I'm playing with her. She's mouthing at me. I'm not discouraging it.
She's a little over a year old, so she's still very much a
What
pup.
kind of a range does locate object have?
Locate, yeah, I think it's 1,000 feet. I'd have to search it.
Doesn't seem
Locate object.
Oh, yeah.
Reasonable.
1,000 feet.
You could search for the wand that powers Mini.
Mm.
So 1,000 feet of you.
But I mean, if you think about it, 1,000 feet of the person, but it's a concentration spell, so they could move, so that they could kind of like a radar. You're right. I mean, it's not like you have to be stationary. You could,
Yeah.
as long as you're concentrating, you could be walking and
Yeah.
scanning 1,000 feet.
And you know the direction.
What?
You just walk until you're right above it.
Right.
Ping only.
One new dog.
Exactly.
Do I want a new dog?
She'd go great in your house.
Yeah.
She does good with the cats, actually. I don't know about that many cats.
Well, his house isn't that big.
Yeah.
Be a
It's
big
true.
dog for his house.
Have you been to Leonard's house? Yeah. Anyway, all right, all great ideas. Dustin was like, "So, what's the plan, guys?"
Locate
Ladies,
object
gentlemen.
is a good option. Barring that, I think the best is Olaf's idea of let's just put 3 people there and
Well, it's seeming to be one person though.
seeming to be one, but we get 3 people of ours there and see what happens. And
Well, and one of the goals too would be if it looks safe, Strider and Gloin could then go back and get everyone else and lead them
She
there.
can push you out of there. Shit.
I was gonna
No.
get some wine anyway.
So is the idea that okay? So he's going to possess you, and then Gloin and I Gloin's going because he's in you, as it were, and then I'm riding in the lamp.
Yeah, just open it.
Well, I don't think
No, I
we're
figured you would run along beside.
or
Try
in
to
your
be an
pocket or
inconspicuous
something.
creature.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay,
Because
got
if
it.
we
Oh,
kind of
right. Yeah, the
One
hole. Yeah, chase him down the hole. Got it.
And then that way, hopefully, one of you guys can go back and get everyone else once you know where to go. But I mean, if locate object is a option, that sounds much more reasonable, and then we can just dig down to them wherever they are.
so
Locate object is a tomorrow morning thing.
Yep, I mean, so's the possession plan, because Gloin's going to be vanishing here in the near future,
Right.
and Olaf doesn't have the spell needed in case there's no air.
Okay.
Hate to waste another day,
Well,
or an evening anyway.
is what it is.
We could make the day useful by helping the community rebuild.
you're just having a long rest, and it's going to be the day, right? So there's no wasting a day.
Okay.
yeah, it's nighttime.
It's bedtime, and that's when it says we got rooms for you upstairs if you want them.
Indeed. Thank you.
And do we take a long rest?
Yes.
I will still cast Tiny Hut
You go up to your room, and within the room, you still cast Tiny Hut,
so that they can't come in.
so that the
Ex-Marts
villagers. Oh, the ex-Marts, yeah.
Or were rats.
Good idea.
Okay, so you do your tiny hut in your room. What does everyone else do? Olak, what do you do?
Probably the inn. Be ready. I would also recommend we put the lantern in the room with the tiny hut, though.
Yes.
Let's not just leave Ruckus out in the open.
Yes.
The lamp is hidden in the back of your cart, your
Yeah,
wagon.
He's advocating against just that.
Yep. So you go outside, you go get the lamp. Ruckus is not there, but you know how to get in the lamp. Maybe you duck in, make sure he's in there. He is. He's in shark form and in the water, and you can see a dark cloud just circling above him. As he circles in the water, so does the cloud. And you jump back out, you get out, you bring it in, you go into the tiny hut. Okay, that's taken care of. Now, do you sleep in the tiny hut, Olak?
That's probably the safer way to go.
Strider?
If there's room.
I mean, I can make another tiny hut.
Christiana?
We're not doing any other.
I mean, she wasn't planning to.
Yeah, you could
but,
just stay in the room.
Stay in the
Yeah.
room. So I'll have Delta, put Delta on guard.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I picture R2-D2 in the scanning the room. And the time comes and glowing fades out of existence, and he goes back to his Avernus. And
Well,
4 hours pass. I didn't hear you posting a guard.
not with the tiny hut. I don't.
And we did hear the one guard of the dog, Delta.
Right.
4 hours pass. Do you stay in the... Or do you go out and do stuff? What do you do after your 4 hours?
Indeed. Well, let's see here. Let's look at our list. Nope, it's up here. Does that work?
Well, I better go learn my spell.
You're contemplating something?
I was looking to see if I was thinking about working on a potion. Because I have all the
Yeah,
I got
yeah, you
several
set up-
things and I got some raw ingredients and I'm like, okay, what can I what's worth
So you tell me you're going to work on a potion,
Yes.
and then between sessions you can tell me what you made.
got it.
All right? So I just rolled, and there was no interruption,
Excellent.
and you got your long rest. All right? 6 a.m. While in Inverness, the battles of evil are still battling each other. Somewhere beyond, you see the five-headed dragon off in the distance. Tiamat, and dread just falls over you as hopelessness of hell sinks in. And just as you think you've lost all hope, you fade back into the mortal plane as the ghost of Gloin. A much more pleasant place to be. As you see your companions all gathered around, all but Ruckus, who denied, who, as you tried to go and say, hey, it's time to do stuff, he just denied, with the rain cloud, the depression from that, and he is stuck, he is unwilling to revert from his shark form. He's taken the day off, at least for now. Maybe next week. So, you're sitting around the table. You've prepared your spells. That's right. Can we get going? What's our plan?
Yes, you can.
Well, let's go.
Like I think of the meme with the guy with the hand. Hold up. So we have Gloin back. So now, question: if he's going to do the whole possession thing, is that still something he has to roll for, or because Ken is a willing participant, it's an automatic?
It's automatic if Ken can choose to fail his save.
Okay.
I mean, I would prefer the locate object option if
Okay.
Is that an option?
still go
You
back.
say that
I thought-
now.
I have it now.
All right.
All right. So, Barkworm has.
Yep. Cast it.
Yeah, you cast it, and now what level spell is that?
That is a second level spell.
I have it right here. Second level
Yeah.
spell. and so you start searching for Minnie, right? I guess is Minnie an object? We've argued
I
against.
was thinking the wand that
The
powers
wand that
Minnie.
Yeah,
powers him.
I think
Yeah.
we were talking about the wand.
All right, so there's a wand inside his chest that powers him. So I don't know if we really made that canon, but it is now, right, Ken?
Oh no, that's how it's always been.
That's how you
so Minnie
imagined it.
Diamond was going to go retrieve the wand.
All right. No, I knew that the wand is what created him. and so it's within him, and
Yep.
and so now has Barkworm ever saw that wand?
Well, I guess I don't know on this one, but on the original mini, it was his antenna.
Sure.
Do you remember that amazing sketch I did?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember the amazing sketch.
Honestly, I could do locate creature if I wanted.
Well, I actually like the locate creature better,
Okay.
because we argued that he has a soul, right? And to me, he's less of an object. Well, he is. You're right. The wand would be an object, absolutely. But we haven't
You
really
can also do the bow he carries.
fair.
Let's just do that.
Well,
So,
that's probably a lesser spell too, right?
Yeah.
But- so you think about this bow he has, and you start thinking about locate object, and it's 1,000 feet around you. I don't know the dimensions of this. I don't know what's 1,000 feet. We go to the map. We zoom out a little bit. We do a measurement. You are here. Oh, I can't read that number. No way in hell.
There, I'll zoom in on it.
There. Oh, that's 100 feet.
It's 10 times that.
It's 10 times that. So you are well. I mean, you are within this map, right?
Yeah, most of it.
It's basically 0.2 of a mile, roughly.
0.2 of a mile. 1,000 feet is just 2
Very
tenths.
close.
Okay.
It's almost.
Well, 5,240 feet is a
All right.
mile, so-
All right. Yeah. So let's see. Where do I want to put them? Well, I want to put them directly underneath the mill, because that's what we came here for. It makes sense to me. A big structure like that. So you sense that it's somewhere underneath the stone floor of this mill.
Stone? Nice. I can move stone.
Do you really want to ruin the mill, though?
We should probably dig down outside.
Ruin all of
I mean, you can search around outside. You search around outside, and eventually you find any number of holes. And I can picture that you start moving the earth to follow a hole deeper and toward the bow that and Barkman keeps pointing. Yes, continue that way as you start to make this hole bigger and bigger and bigger, and eventually you uncover a hole, and this hole is something like 5 feet tight for Barkworm, but it's some 5 feet around. A tunnel, no light tunnel, worms its way underneath the mill, and we'll activate the underground map. Not there. Come on.
It's pointless now. We all saw it.
All right. So, but it would be Strider leading the crew. I think Dustwind. All right, allow me the. I'm gonna stay up here and protect the Dulge folk, if you don't mind. All right, I can take it along with, but
One more thing you gotta do.
one more thing I gotta do. Right? And it seems like you guys found it. I'll stay up here and keep watch.
Perfect.
Strider, followed by Barkworm, starts going down the hole. Strider, you round this bend and there's a rat. It looks up. It looks at you. Starts to dart away.
Thorn whip,
All right.
30 feet. Melee attack against the target. It's a 23
Oh yeah.
and 3.
It's dead. It only has 1 hit point.
Oh, okay.
It was an actual rat.
Oh, okay.
All right. As you continue down. Yeah, was it a rat? In that form, it was a rat. I don't know. Yeah, I guess it would have. If it was something else, it would have reverted. All right. Who'd be after Bark?
Olak.
Olak is
The only
eager.
reason he's not in the front is because he's worthless in this scenario.
And then maybe we'll put Christiana.
Hit my head.
As
God bless you.
Bless you.
you are, pardon me. Yeah, as you're squeezing through this, I mean, literally, especially for barkworm, this is not comfortable. As you're pushing through this.
It's dark down here, right?
Oh yeah.
So I'm virtually invisible, and I can go through.
You poke your head through. What's holding you? What's holding you guys up? What's the hold up? As you kind of walk, and then you just kind of walk through, and all right, and we got the robot dog kind of following behind. Right, you're pushing forward.
My spell book would be with me.
Yeah, I got it here.
Just put it right next to me.
Yeah, that's just another thing I have to move.
No, until we get into combat, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and you come around, and it widens out.
So,
Ooh, some more mice. Oh, it's dark. So how are things lit? When it's dark for Strider, how does he produce light?
do I have to produce?
Yes, you are an underground tunnel.
Okay.
Unless you have dark vision, which I don't
I
know.
do.
Okay, well you have dark vision then it's not a problem. You see in your shades of gray.
Right.
I don't know about barkworm.
No, I think I do.
You think what?
I don't think I have dark vision.
Oh.
I mean, you have your hand on his back, so you're following him in anyway. But Strider says, "Oh, finally, it opens up a little bit."
Right.
Like Barkworm would be dragging his head against the.
His shoulders, everything is just
hunched.
squeezing through. It's like someplace he has to exhale to take a step forward.
Now, my spell book does emit light.
As it floats along.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, because I mean, if he's doing that, plus he can't see anything, he'd be
A little freaked.
eating a lot of dirt.
Yeah, definitely, and especially for Olak following him, it's probably dirt's falling on his face and his eyes, and you've probably given him some room. As you see the faint light of his spell book, Olak and Christiana, you can see that just ahead if you're not producing your own light or if you can't see in the dark. Strider is paused in front of this room. That's kind of what he sees.
Well, I realize it's dark and dark vision doesn't let you see a whole lot. I guess I'm curious, can I tell if these gray...
It's water.
Oh, it's water.
It's
okay.
just like
I wasn't
puddles.
sure if it was a solid or...
Yeah.
Okay, so it's water, okay. Puddles on the floor, got
Yep.
it. Okay.
Grounds, everything's somewhat earthy and not mud, but it's really soft soil. The ground is compacted dirt, though.
Yeah, right. Okay. Well, gets a little bigger here.
Stepping forward.
Yeah, I'll step forward a little bit.
I mean,
Gloin, what do you want to do?
I could step right up to the first one, and they're all within 5 feet of me.
Step up to the first what?
Just move up to the middle one over there.
The first rodent, yeah.
No, the middle one.
The middle one.
I should be within 5 feet of all of them.
Yep. I mean, there's plenty here.
Well,
I'll take the one
I was going to do
nearest.
Word of Radiance, but
Yeah, well, you do what you
You
do.
can do that.
anything within 5 feet of me has to make a Constitution 17 save.
And then,
3d6 5
oh yeah.
plus 5. They're all dead.
Yeah. But then off the side, you see some scamper away.
I couldn't really see. I didn't realize there's more of them.
Yeah, well, it's dark and they're seem to be everywhere. All right, Strider steps forward. Barkworm, you step into the chamber.
Yeah. I can only see
You can
really-
finally you can stand up a little bit and you kind of brush yourself off. And you can hear sounds, voices. Voices is a strong word. You can hear the chatter of animals through the different passages, and there's an aroma. I don't know if any of you have a particularly sensitive nose, but there might be an aroma coming from somewhere beyond. Olak, you're eager, right?
Yep.
It finally opens up.
Which way, Barkworm?
Barkworm says, somewhere straight ahead.
Alright.
But is it to the left or right? But he says straight ahead.
I'm in favor of the bigger way to the left, just because
Yeah, no, it makes
it's
sense.
bigger.
Right.
Yeah.
Although we could.
And then
we
I'm
could flank-
constantly asking, myself, which way should I keep?
Well, it's somewhere.
Now it's pointing more.
I
that
mean,
way.
it's north.
The compass is turning.
Yeah, it's
All right, and
something
say
this
we gotta
direction.
double back.
So you want to go this way?
Yeah. How did I end up front?
Well,
I don't mind.
You say this way. Christiana, I haven't talked to you in a while. You and the dog come up into the big room last. You're just following.
Yeah, I guess so.
All right. Strider, do you want to take lead? Or you all look at each other like, who's leading this thing?
Strider will take point.
And so which way do you go, Strider?
I'm gonna go up to the right.
Up to the right. Again, this is a narrow hallway, narrow tunnel as it winds back, and you push through, and you come into what looks like a sleeping chamber.
Are they sleeping?
There's 2 of those purple creatures and 4 giant rats.
Cave in.
Give me a stealth check.
Glad. It's one of my better things. He says as he jinxes himself. That's 24.
That's pretty darn good. Yeah, they don't seem to notice you.
Excellent.
Nothing seems to stir.
Can I? Do I see any sign of a bag near either of the blues?
Do you see a sign of a bag near any?
X-Parts.
Yeah, the X-Farts.
Yeah.
What you see is some bedding, right? You see, if there's a bag, it's maybe a pillow, or it's just rags on the ground mixed with the dirt. Almost, they don't have beds per se. They're more like nests.
Got it.
There would be rudimentary items, but there's nothing that looks exactly like what might have gotten Minnie and what attempted to get, or did get, Delta.
What's the compass telling me? Is it down
Still,
that way? Or
no,
is
it's
it
still to the
pointing
north.
up? Yeah, I'll tell maybe we should go back. I think it's another tunnel.
Want them to be behind us in case we make noise?
I didn't hear that.
Something about noise.
Do we want them to be behind us in case we make noise?
No.
Well, we could just put them out of their misery, but it might start some noise.
Also,
Wow.
aren't we supposed to come down here and clean out the infestation?
Fair point. Fair point.
Do you have a mass
It could be
killing
just
spell?
misunderstood.
That's quiet.
Like
They took
Fireball.
my robot.
Fireball is quiet, right?
I'm not sure Fireball's quiet.
What about Shatter? Is Shatter quiet?
I think Shatter is the quietest spell ever, I'm pretty sure.
Shatter would bring down the entire.
I have an idea. I can make swords appear all around me.
Okay.
I can do this many times as I want. I go in there, get in between them, just turn it on. Then you stand at the door, you catch it, and he gets away.
All right.
This is gonna be
And he-
terrible.
It's going to be an X-Fark blender, is what you're creating.
So
This is going to be ridiculous.
you all take kind of positions up, left, right, flank, and Christian will be popping anything, shooting anything that rounds the bend. Olak pokes his head through just to watch and admire,
Not Olak, glowing.
glowing.
All right. So we'll.
So you trade positions.
Yep.
Commence
Carefully.
Operation X-Fark blender.
Sorry, just for give me a stealth check.
You got it. Yeah.
Don't suck.
Ooh, Strider, you and me should switch places so I can
12
help him.
plus.
if Need be.
Yeah, you're fine.
Oh.
Strider and Olak switch places. Is that what I heard?
That's what I heard.
Yep.
We're having Olak here.
I just want to have a visual eye on Barkworm.
We had an easier solution, I think. You could have just molded earth and closed the door.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
beat me
but
to it.
these
They're
things that
burrowers, so-
seem to be able to tunnel, right?
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but it's
So you
becomes
sneak in
difficult
there.
for you.
Tell me what you do.
Sorry?
So you see 6 of these things, right? 4 giant rats and 2 blue creatures.
So I get in as close as I can into the middle.
You
If I can get through there and sneak stealthily through there.
Yeah.
He rolled
So now you look at how they're sleeping and you feel like this is going to take some agility to get in the middle of this.
Okay, that's not a strong point.
I mean, you could do what you do, but I'm just telling you, you're stepping over things now.
I know what I'll do. I will, instead of me being, I'll go back to the door.
So you start to take a step and you think twice, and you step back to the door.
And my spell book comes up and goes into the middle.
Floats over everything and centers itself. And then you cast your spell through the spell book.
Yeah.
All right. And so describe the spell. Describe what happens.
So, of course, I go away from that.
Have you ever seen a blender?
So you create a momentary circle of spectral blades that sweep around you. All other creatures within 5 feet of you must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or take 1d6 force damage. When this spell increases, your level is 11th, it's 3d6.
3d6. All right. 3d6 is what the damage you're going to do. Now, so you center it there and you catch them unawares, right? So
And
what was the
prone.
save? What was the save?
Dexterity.
They fail. I mean, they're asleep. They automatically fail. All right. So they're going to take your 3d6.
4.
4 points of damage. Just enough to wake them all up.
Well, wouldn't that be a crit since they're?
Oh, I don't.
Wouldn't it be an auto crit?
Okay.
Because if they're like paralyzed, for
There
instance,
was
that's
no
not-
roll to crit. There's no roll for him to crit on. It's not an attack roll for him to have a crit.
Okay.
So, you have their attention. They're all awake. You have 6 creatures. It's time to roll initiative.
Woo!
I imagine whatever the initiative we roll, it will start with either the experts or Barkworm.
I still get to go before 2 of them. No, assuming they don't get a plus.
Okay. Ruckus is out. We'll take him out. Strider?
Eight.
8.
Roll
Nice.
good.
Must have exhausted my.
You know
rolls on
what?
that one.
We're gonna switch this up. This is not how we're doing initiative. Because
Doesn't make sense.
it doesn't make sense to do initiative this way.
Right.
We are in order. So I will do initiative between. I'll take your initiative. Barkworm's initiative is 5. Nice. So at this point, so we will roll initiative as we get to you. All right.
Okay.
And so the were-rats, it's time to attack.
Glowing should be in the initiative since he can jump out of.
Yes, Gloin, I'll take your initiative.
9.
9. All right.
No, it's 9.
9.
No, it's
9.
9.
Yes, he said no. And it is done. That makes it even funnier, you know. Just,
All right. But the were-rats had 10s, and so the 1, 2 closest ones get on him, and the rest of them. Now, because I said they were giant rats, so that meant some medium creatures. And so this one is going to start tunneling out. All right. So we got 2 of these guys on 2 of these guys on Barkworm. And they are going to do their bite attacks. And 12, 11, and 12. Does that hit Barkworm?
No.
So they start biting at you, but they don't penetrate. Oh, they can take the disengage action. They disengage, and 2 more come in.
Would you say there's an opportunity attack?
They have the disengage as a bonus action. What?
When they leave the space of the book, does that?
You'll have to tell me, right? Well, 2
Now,
more.
do the giant rats get that, or just the X parts? The disengage.
They're all
feature?
the same.
Okay.
They're all the same.
So
They're the different forms of the where
the
we're
book's
at.
there, the blade's on.
Yeah.
Does a cantrip last the whole turn? Or
What's
does
the
it go
cantrip
away?
say?
Well, you saw it. Yeah, you read it to you.
I think it goes away. Unless it says, because they'd be constant.
Duration instantaneous.
Yeah, so it happens, it lasts your 6 seconds, and it collapses. So 2 more attacks. It was a 15, 11, and a 9. All right, so 15 misses, then the 13 misses. All right, so 4 attacks on you, and the other 2 are starting to tunnel away. This one's, they're starting to get away. So that was Gloin. Let's see where we're at. Gloin, yeah, you're up next.
So I move over right next to the 2 that are tunneling out
Yep.
and do a Word of Radiance, Constitution 17, failing throw.
6 and 11. It sounds like fails to me. We did.
Yeah, so
on
it's
your-
3d6
4
plus
points of damage.
5.
Oh, 1d. Yeah, it was 4.
So that's 17.
17 points.
Radiant.
Yeah. All right. These are were-rats. They're not just mice, right? These aren't 1 hit point creatures. They're not hundreds or 300, right? But they have some amount. They've taken some damage. They look a little bloodied, but they still have plenty of life left. But so they're still trying to scurry away. They're still alive though. With the 17 points of damage, they survive.
Yeah.
All right. You're done. Movement.
Yeah, I moved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with that, Olak, you are move up behind them, and you can see that this battle has started, but Barkworm has blocked the path.
All right.
What kind of vision do you have?
What kind of what?
Vision.
Dark vision.
All right, good.
Out to 60 feet.
Okay.
Yes, that is important.
Yeah, you're fine.
What's the radius? 30-foot cube.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, I'm going to cast Hypnotic Pattern and try to make it so I just miss Barkworm, but Gloin, you're gonna be in the radius,
Okay.
the cubedness of it. So it's a Wisdom saving throw or failing throw of 15.
Top 3. Wisdom.
Yep.
Doubt there's a modifier here. No modifier. So 1 passed. The toppest one. Toppest one.
Wisdom saving
Top
throw?
And then the back 3. The back 3. And the one. So the one at this X-Mart 4. And then this one that's half buried
17.
passed.
You pass.
All right.
All
What?
right, so those that failed, creature becomes charmed for the duration. While charmed, the creature is incapacitated and has a speed of 0. The effect ends if the creature takes any damage or if someone else uses an action to shake the creature out of its stupor.
I'm just putting some sort of marker on the ones that are affected.
And I am concentrating on it. So,
So what? The one digging out, one of the ones digging out still is.
Yeah, you could see the one that's right next to you is kind of like loopy, right? And the other one is still.
And one of the, okay, the blue ones.
All right, that was Barkworm. Strider and Christiana. Let's see here. I get
What's her name?
Nala.
Nala?
Nala. They had a dog on there called Iyla.
Olak. Have I given? I gave Barkworm a turn. Strider's not up yet. Gloin, then Barkworm. All right, so the three of you can roll your initiative if you haven't already. Christiana, Olak, and Strider. You had an 8, I believe.
Right.
Christiana, what'd you have?
18.
18. And Olak?
A dirty 20.
A dirty 20. Okay, 20. All right. Except for you, I've already. So Olak, you just did your turn, and Christiana, we're up to you for your reaction.
What am I reacting to?
Well, you hear the sounds of battle from inside the hole.
Oh, okay.
You hear Olak cast his spell.
I mean, I feel like it's gonna be like we're all just gonna be stuck in line after each other and
Okay. Well, you can guard our 6. I mean,
yeah.
invariably, if those two get out, oh, well, I guess you don't.
Thank you.
You don't know that they're tunneling, but
Right.
You could-
Is someone gonna tell me that the rats are trying to tunnel out?
Rats are trying to tunnel out.
Gloin is only. Gloin is the only one that knows.
well, all I can see,
Olak,
maybe.
maybe.
And that's a lot of people to look through.
Look through and to know what they're doing.
Right.
Yeah.
Hold your action to shoot something as it comes through, comes out. Strider, how about you?
Okay.
Hold your action to hit something that comes out.
Well, well, if I get behind Olak, do I have enough visibility to launch something at these critters?
So you peek in, and we think about visibility.
You have to see past
10 feet from
So you can see there, you can see
they're
there.
illuminated by my
past Holok
my
and
book.
past the Hulk as well.
Yeah.
The whole room is illuminated by my book.
Yeah, but still, missile attacks, you're supposed to be able to do that. So
Yes.
so it seems like you can get 3. And this one, maybe.
Well, I'm thinking if I drop a 10-foot diameter moonbeam in the midst of 4, right?
Is that what you... Yeah. I mean, you could do that.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
And the radius, or is it diameter?
5-foot radius or 10-foot diameter
What did you cast again?
moonbeam.
So that's your moonbeam.
Yeah, but I don't want it.
So, I mean, you could position it like this. There's no way you're getting the bottom 2 without hitting somebody else.
Yeah, okay.
I think that's twice as big as it should be.
You're right. That is twice. You're right. That's too big. Should fill just that much. Right? There you go. That's what you want, right? Like that.
Yeah, 10-foot diameter. Right. So I'm gonna do that at. Yeah, we're not gonna mince words here. Let's go. Where is it? There it is. I'll cast that at 3rd level, just to give us some insurance.
By the way, does she have her own sofa? Because when she stretches out, no one else is sitting there.
They have a huge sofa in their living room, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still think she could probably cover the whole
Cover a couple spots, huh?
Yeah.
She covers 3.
All right. Let's see.
She usually curls up in the corner though.
And I'm sure the girls just cuddle in with her.
Kids don't.
That would be so nice.
Surprising.
Okay.
They're
So
cat people.
Constitution saving throws.
So, Constitution.
You're talking about her, so she came over.
Yeah, sure. These are +1, but 15's the best roll. So,
They all fail.
You know better.
16 fails?
Yeah.
Okay, the last
Well, I'm sorry. You said 15.
one. The 2 low ones and a 15.
Okay,
And then
so
the
if
fourth one has an 18. Plus
Okay.
1 is 19. So 1 probably passes, I don't know, does 2? Does 16 pass or fail?
It's con 16, so if it's meets it, beats it, then
Meets it,
you
yeah.
get 2.
Two worked, 2 failed. So, I think the one that passed is probably the one that was able to kind of wiggle out of it. These 3, these 2 failed, and this one passed. All right. So what's the damage?
And because they've taken damage, those 3 aren't incapacitated anymore.
Okay.
Sorry about that. So it's 20 points full or 10 points half.
20 points full. 20 points full. Yeah, that they don't look so good.
Okay, and so that's concentration. So, and let's see. On each of your turns after you cast a spell, you can also use them. Okay, so. Yeah, so.
Yeah.
So it's perched there. And so when a creature first starts its turn there. Okay. Enters the area or starts its turn there.
You gotta stay there. You gotta back out again. You have to keep it in sight. On deck is the were-rats.
Sure, it's not me.
You had a turn with your. Oh, that was your sneak attack.
Yeah.
You should have been before Olak.
Are these considered shape changers?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Shape changer makes its saving throw with disadvantage. If it fails, it also instantly reverts to its original form and can't assume a different form until it leaves the light.
Come on. All right. And we're going to turn those into fails. Okay. Done. Done? Where are you going?
So I'll move my.
They were supposed to roll with disadvantage.
I turn the successes into failures.
Okay.
The spell book will basically be in the same spot as the Moonbeam Center, and I'll do Spectral Sword again. This time, I'll use whatever damage type that was.
That was that.
What was the Moonbeam damage type?
Radiant, probably.
The blades will come out, and they'll be spectral blades,
Yeah.
Yes.
but they'll be made of shining light.
And
this
these
time.
are dexterity saves.
Yes.
1 passed, 15 dexterity, maybe +1, +2 actually, so a 17. All right, last one failed.
Okay. Now watch these be like 6s. Well, it's
9? Yeah, 9's enough to take 2 of them out.
Well, it only goes to the 1, right? The other 2 passed, right? They said.
2 passed, 2 failed.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know there was 4.
There's right. I assume it's
Nope, yep, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah. So let's just kill off these 2. Boom, boom. You're done. Their turn.
What about? Oh, are we doing anything for Delta?
Delta acted on Christiana's
Christiana,
turn.
got it.
This one burrows. Not that one. This one burrows through. Opportunity attack if you want it.
Yes.
Not a spell though, right?
You can chase it.
Correct, not a spell. Yeah, so I don't know what kind of physical attacks you can really make.
Spectral weapon, melee weapon attack +9 to hit, reach 5, 1 target, 1d8 +5.
Do it.
Eight +5 is 13.
13 points of damage on this was not quite enough. Oh, actually, because of the 4 points, so we had a 4, 17, and a 13. That's 34. That was enough. It starts digging away, and you crush its backside, and it's just dead in its hole.
They plugged the hole.
There you go.
Okay, the other were-rats. Well, these two, what are they going to do? They can't change because it's been prevented. And so there's a ghost behind them. They're a trapped rat. What do? They're going to strike out. They rush up because they can't do anything else. You know what?
But they've started their turn in the moonbeam.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, this is where I think there should be some sort of a will save, because I think their will has been crushed by all this damage. So one of them runs the other side of the chamber. It did start its turn there, though. What happens?
When a turner starts its turn there, it is engulfed. Okay. And
Is it a dexterity saving throw?
Constitution.
Constitution?
Would it still be disadvantage?
She can
How much damage do they take?
15.
Yeah, they're dead. So all of them are dead except for this one that's under the hypnotic gaze of Olak. But the room is full of your moonbeam.
Right. Okay. Well, it's a concentration thing. I can drop it.
That was the were-rat's turn. It's Gloin's turn again.
But I can also move it. So
I was
if we
gonna
get
say.
out of the way, we could use it as a ram going forward.
Yeah, it's Gloin's
Yeah.
turn.
Yep.
3 of them
Move
just
it now.
fell.
Mm-hmm. Cantrip.
You gonna kill it? You're gonna try to kill it.
Do we want it for any reason?
No.
We don't want it to cast more.
Sacred Flame, Dex 17. It's immobile, so that's an automatic fail.
Yep.
It's a 3d8 plus 5.
3d8 plus 5. We're looking for 14 points of damage.
21.
There you go. He's dead. And you, I've gotten the last of them. And the ghostly going for. All right. So we'll start with Strider. Do you release your? What do you do with your moonbeam?
I want to leave it up.
What do you want to do with your moonbeam?
Well, I want to move it eventually, but I'm not going to
It's
fry my friends.
All right. So you just start backing away.
Yeah.
All right.
Exactly.
Olak, you start backing out.
Just bad.
Yeah, and I'll go around this corner because I'm expecting him to follow. It's right there.
And then Barkworm.
Yeah, and the book will follow.
Right.
You can.
Gloin walks through the wall.
Awesome.
It must be that way. And I point to the upper tunnel.
Yeah, you definitely think it's north. So who's leading? Is Strider still leading?
Yeah, but I want to put the moonbeam in front of us.
All right, so much for stealth, huh?
It's only dim light.
And the dying cries whatever creature it goes over, like those two mice that try to scurry out of the way but then get fried.
Okay.
Oops, that's not what I wanted. And as you approach, give me a perception check.
Nice.
Olak, you may have a perception check with disadvantage.
Perception with disadvantage.
Strider gets it regular as he's leading.
23.
Yeah, there's a stench that's awful, and I feel like it's coming from this next cavern.
Right. 9.
And Strider goes, "You smell that? Oh!" And
Nope.
it's like, what? Not really.
It's
Wait.
bad.
You're losing it.
Yeah, and you say, "Well, Barkworm's back there. It's not him."
My all-natural deodorant works just fine.
Christiana's gonna run away from Barkworm really quickly.
And Barkworm says, "No, it was the dog.
Nice. All right.
I'm just telling you." There's a stench.
All right.
You guys are tempting fate. You're playing it on the dog. She's going flirt. There you go.
Back here at the basement.
Yeah.
Well, we gotta find.
He's pointing that thing at me.
Well, we're gonna. I mean,
Pressing forward.
Yeah, we're gonna press forward. We got rats to eliminate for the town, and
You move it
Vinny to
somewhere.
find. Yeah.
Somewhere for stupid freaking tools. Push it through.
I feel like that mouse is also now fried, right?
Yep.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, Christiana doesn't need to be last always.
Okay.
The guy who's supposed to be leading is in the back.
Olak's supposed to be leading. Oh well, yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Doesn't
Well, first of all, Gloin isn't really there, right? He can be wherever he wants.
matter. Still pointing upward.
And you see more of those things as you point out, and as you come around, there's these two large beasts, and more of these blue creatures as they dive behind. And actually, I have them positioned next to, but really they were almost underneath these large creatures. And these large creatures kind of look back at you. And let's see, do I have a full? I think I had a full picture of these. It looks something like that. The only difference is they have udders, the teats, right, and buckets underneath them. And so they look these rust-colored creatures look over you, just crane their head, and they snort and take a deep breath through their nose, smelling you. So
Dinner.
give me another perception check.
Sure thing.
Sharp teeth.
Oh no, what happened here?
Meat eaters.
What's happened there? That's not nice. I wonder what that was.
Did you copy one of the X-Files and then delete it? The original?
Alright. Yeah, I don't know, maybe. Okay,
15.
What you noticed is on the floor around them, there's these canes, wooden poles. These are short creatures, so they're only like 2 feet long. They're like walking sticks
On the floor.
on the floor.
Okay. Interesting.
All that's left of the old and infirm.
Yeah.
Thought it crossed my mind. Yes.
Well, that's a shame.
How did they get them down here? I haven't seen anything yet.
Well.
So you
Okay.
push this forward,
Yep.
and I'm gonna start moving you guys forward. As you come around, that's kind of what you see, right? Olak follows. Olak, you can see that too. You can now, as Olak comes in, he can barely see the blue creatures that are kind of behind these. Think of them as cows, right? But these things probably stand as tall as the underneath of the cow, right? So, but they're behind them.
Okay.
And these cow-like things, I say they're cow-like things, but they absolutely have these little tusk things, and you know they're muscular.
Yeah.
You may or may not want to piss these things off, right?
Right.
As Glenn, I suppose you're poking your head through. Christiana's coming through. It's like, hey, I want to play too.
Rightly so.
Well, if I can get you guys to go back, I'll go up and do my wail on them. I don't know if I want to kill the cows.
Right.
You don't know it's a cow.
Right, it's a gentle cow.
Yeah, it doesn't look gentle.
I die, yeah. I don't know.
Not on the gentle train.
No one knows what this creature is.
No.
Give me a history check.
There we go.
With advantage,
Resident.
right?
Maybe?
Why is that?
Because it's a creature.
I have advantage on
Monsters,
it.
right?
All right.
Yeah, well, no, I just have advantage on his
History?
all history checks.
All right.
12. That's with a +5 and advantage.
Wow.
Not very good for you.
No, I rolled a 5 and a 7.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so
Goes off in the back.
Yeah.
you don't know if this was because they weren't threatening or they didn't seem that threatening.
Bad.
But, you remember some creature that smelled really bad, had this general description. You don't remember them being milked, right? But there was also something about you don't want to be in their line of vision. You don't remember exactly what it was, but as they look at you and you reflect, it's like, yeah, you're not really comfortable with them seeing you, and you just instinctively take a step back, and just so you have more cover of this wall. You don't remember exactly why, but there's something about that.
Okay.
Care to share?
I don't know if she's confident in, like, it was something weird about these guys. I don't remember quite what. I guess we're gonna find out.
I could step up and do my mind twist. 60-foot cone.
Good.
Don't talk to me. Talk amongst yourself.
Well, I didn't know if we were in a.
You are not yet in combat.
Right. They're just.
We could be.
6 seconds probably within.
Okay. I'm outside of the wall and I do a mind twist.
Yes.
So like here,
Yeah, that's fine.
and
It's a 60-foot cone aimed at all that bunch of creatures right there.
Do you want to get the next room as well?
Well, what's 60 foot? It's a cone, not a circle.
yeah, thank you.
Working on
Thank you.
it. He's working on it.
I sound like my wife.
Yeah. I mean, you don't know what's in the other room.
Nothing good. Right?
If you want to angle that, can I? There you
I
go.
want to make sure I get
Nice.
down. Yeah.
All right, you can definitely do that. All right,
Okay.
and so what's the save here?
DC 17 wisdom.
DC 17 wisdom for the 3.
Yeah.
They all fail,
I need
and the 2.
2 more D6s.
Sure.
Oh, 9, 12. 11 is 21.
23.
Oh, 23. 26.
26 points.
Yeah.
And you hear them screaming, "Ah!" But they didn't die.
The stunned creature and be stunned. They're stunned for 1 minute. Yeah. If they fail, they're stunned.
All right, and so the 3 creatures and the closest one of that.
Other blue or black.
Oh, black.
The one that passes takes half.
Oh, I thought you said they all failed.
No, the 3 X-Farts failed.
Failed.
One of the creatures failed. The other one passed. Did it take 13 then? Probably. That's usually how it works.
Or take. So I keep damn D6 and be stunned for 1 minute. The stunned creature can repeat this. Ending the effect on itself. Honestly. Yeah, it does. I would assume then that it takes half damage and is not stunned.
It turns and looks at you. This one that's not stunned turns and looks at you, and this ray comes from its eyes, and it feels like it's sucking the life from you as it's putting a necrotic attack on you, and you need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Damage immunity is cold, necrotic, and poison.
You're immune to necrotic damage.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's why I was like, yes, Glenn, go first.
Yeah.
Because I assumed he was. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can feel this ray comes from its eyes as it feels like there was some intensity, and it just burrows and it leaves a big char on the wall behind you.
Ooh, that tickles. Seriously, that's what it says. Damage immunity is cold, necrotic, and poison.
That's awesome.
All right. And so, Strider, you see that.
Yep. Well, so
Now you know why not to have them look at you.
Yeah.
right, but the if they're stunned, I don't want to do what I did on poor Ken, where I woke him up by
Right. So that
swatting.
one is not stunned though.
Okay.
This
The
one
that
here.
just looked at me.
Wait, what's going on? You got
These 3 are stunned. This one is stunned. This one is not stunned.
right, and now what's happening?
And
And
so
now
it's-
we're
he's
doing.
saying
I'm
it's
just.
my
I'm
turn.
just going down the row
Right.
for battle.
Oh, for surprise.
And there's no surprise. The surprise is done. Right.
So the question is, what do I do? Do I use the moonbeam on? Who do I use it on, and whatever?
You know
And
what?
So I was trying not.
We can
to,
all react at the same time. This is probably the right place to do initiative. Let's go ahead and roll.
Sure.
Go ahead. Glenn, I'm putting you at the top, whatever you roll.
Okay. Well, no matter what I roll.
Yep. And I get put it second, so whatever.
15.
15 for Barkworm.
I did have 18, so.
Yeah, I'm making you second regardless. Actually, I'm making you first
First, and it's second.
It's second. And Barkworm, and then Olak, what'd you roll?
6.
6. Christiana,
10.
10. And Strider,
14.
14. All right, Barkworm, you're up.
So I'm going to cast Charm Monster on the one that's not stunned. It has to make a Wisdom saving throw with advantage because it was attacked. You do what I would have done. Then why'd you give me that look? Just being funny.
Okay. Wisdom saving throw on the one that's not stunned.
Correct. With advantage.
17 that die.
Yeah, I made it. 17 beat it.
Yeah. Okay, nothing happened.
And that's my turn.
That's your turn.
Actually, I might duck for cover.
So
Probably squeeze behind
you-
Christiana.
yeah, you push behind. Barkworm. Barkworm's done. Strider.
My book would be where I stayed where I was.
All right.
Can your book take damage from something? Okay, good.
There's only one way it can be destroyed.
Okay. So the
Magical
charm did not work on that one, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So then I'm going to put my moonbeam on the one that is not stunned and not touch any of the others because I do not want to rouse them.
Okay.
Okay. And we're still. Okay. Okay. Hang on. Back to the spell. Okay. So it needs to make a Constitution failing throw.
Constitution.
Yeah.
17. It passes.
It passes. Okay. So it's going to take half of 13, so 6, I guess.
Okay.
If it's
These things are pretty beefy.
Is it a shape changer too?
No.
No. Okay. So then that's all right.
Well, it didn't affect it.
Okay. 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 So I moved it, hit him, and
Is he snoring?
She's not
Yeah.
let's see. I will.
You gonna move?
Yeah, I'm thinking. I can get around this corner, right?
Yeah. Sure.
If these are 5s, assuming
Yeah.
these are
Yeah.
5s.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, then I would like to get over in this,
In this.
corner.
In this.
get some cover.
Like here.
No, here, right there. Where someone just moved.
Yeah. We're ahead. You're right here.
Okay.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's where you want.
Yep.
Doesn't look like cover to me.
Well, it's
Especially when you look in the other room and you see. I mean, this
As
guy.
you walk into the running, maybe that one gets back.
well.
Too late now.
I'm trying to put myself in a spot where I can at least avert my gaze or turn my face to a wall.
Into the firing pan. The frying pan.
Yeah, you know.
Frying pan,
And from
whatever
there,
it is.
from this position, somewhere behind you, you hear chanting. Umdy, 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 a, umdy, 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 a. And
I'm numb Chabai.
Strider Christiana. This creature just got hit by something, and it seems to be stunned momentarily. The moonbeam was moved to the other one, did some amount of damage.
Debating whether I should, just attack it. Yeah, might as well. Okay. So first thing is just gonna cast Hunter's Mark on it.
On the big creature.
Yes. And then she gets advantage on it because it's stunned.
Are you attacking the stunned one, or are you attack the one that's not stunned?
I'm attacking the stunned one.
All right, that's this one.
Yes.
Oh, you're attacking us. Okay.
Well, we'll see how much damage she does.
I'm hoping I can do some damage to it and make up for or use that advantage to my benefit on the attack.
Are you going to wake it up doing that?
Well, it's gonna wake up next turn anyways.
Oh, well,
Well, it's 1 minute.
Oh, 1 minute? I thought it was
It's
one
stunned for 1 minute. Well,
Yes.
maybe not after it's hit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
see.
It doesn't say, but I would assume
Yeah.
that most of these spells, if
Yeah.
they're
Aroused.
damaged, they rouse.
Yeah.
I would assume so. Yeah.
Do what you do.
Yeah. So okay, Hunter's Mark. I think that just gives me extra d6.
Okay.
I'm gonna take the -5 to hit in order to get the +10
Yep.
damage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then
On their turn, they can take a roll to try and on each of their turns.
Okay.
So 24 minus 19 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Hits. So that's for 19 points of damage.
Okay.
Now, does it rouse as soon as it takes damage from the first
After your
attack?
turn.
Or
I'll do
after
it
the turn.
after the turn.
Okay, so I'll get advantage on every.
Sure.
Okay.
It's a pop, 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 pop type of thing.
Fair, yeah. So that's 24 to hit.
Yep.
It was 29 minus 5.
Yeah.
We've got it. I'll just roll the 2 attacks.
There you go.
And then another 18 to hit.
Yeah.
How many attacks are you making?
3.
Nice.
12
3
plus
hits.
11 to 23 plus 20 is 43. So another 43.
Another 43.
Yes.
That's enough to put it down.
Nice.
This thing had 84 hit points, and you just did 43 plus 19, 62, plus what you'd already taken from the Mind Sliver or whatever.
Mind twist.
Yeah, it falls.
Great card.
Oh, and I didn't even count.
Magic card.
I didn't even count the plus d6s from Hunter's
Okay.
Mark. Yeah.
You can move the 100.
And next turn I can move Hunter's Mark.
All right,
Probably
that's
as a
Strider.
bonus action.
Christiana. That was Christiana. Olak.
Okay. So
One of those big
first
creatures
things
just
first.
fell to the ground, almost totally obscuring the sight of the other two, where you could kind of see them between the legs. Now this thing on its side, you can't hardly see the ones behind it.
Did it by chance crush
Yeah.
either of them?
I'm gonna say no.
Okay, just asking. Just asking.
All right. So, as a bonus action, I'm going to do what I've done numerous times and click my heels together. However, it's different. As a bonus action, I cast a Charlatan Stride,
Okay.
which does a lot of the same things, except differently, that my boots do. So, first off, my movement speed increases by 20. So I now have 50 feet of movement, and I'm going to run around the moonbeam. I think
Okay.
using about 40 feet
So
and position myself.
show me that path again. Yeah. So as you wind around it, and as you start to get closer, that stench becomes overwhelming, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. as you get about here.
18.
18's enough to battle through, but it's strong. Like, that 18, you passed, but not as much as you might have liked.
Your eyes are watering. Is what I'm
Gotcha.
saying.
Squinting a lot.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I would like to move within base contact of the thing
All right. You move around.
without getting in the.
Yep.
Yep.
And then I shall attack with my Giant Slayer longsword. However, I will use it by casting Booming Blade. Wait,
Okay.
wait, yes, I can do that because it was bonus action. All right. Oh, I have to roll to hit. Sorry.
Bringing down the house. Or roof.
Oh, that's not great. That's only a 13 to hit.
13 doesn't hit. As you just hit it right in its hide, a thick part of its hide, and it doesn't even break its skin.
Well, that's unfortunate. And then I'll use my last, 10 feet to retreat and duck in that corner as best I can. And I do not get opportunity attacks. That's part of the spell. And he takes 1d6 damage.
So is this where you want to be?
Kind of as into that right there as I can.
All right.
And he takes 1d6 damage.
Okay.
Fire damage. Because I went within 5 feet of him.
Okay.
Just for the pleasure of your acquaintance.
What is it?
Yep, basically.
Fire.
Fire?
Oh.
How much?
1d6.
Yep.
Okay.
He has to roll it.
Right.
Yeah.
Roll it.
3.
3?
Ouch.
3 fire.
Yeah. A little tuft of hair starts to burn.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
No. And I'm concentrating on this spell.
All right. All right. That was Olak. We're back to the top of the order with Gloin.
Ooh.
Unless I missed somebody. You didn't do anything with Delta. But that's okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
Gloin?
Yeah, I rolled and the Mind Twist did not recharge. So, I'm going to. God, if I do this, we're really going to wake everyone up.
Sure.
I have a sense that they might know you're there.
What makes you think that?
Screaming monsters.
Booming blades.
Well, Will is a
Moving
30-foot
blade.
thing, so I don't want any of my
Screaming
guys
mind twist.
within 30 feet of me. So if I move up close to that guy,
No, this guy's dead, right? He's just laying
Yeah.
there. So where do you want to be?
back, I don't want to be within 30 feet of any of those guys.
Well, these are 5-foot squares, so
So I can't get with. Okay.
Let's mention Olak is like 10 feet from them.
Okay, well then I'll stay where I'm at then. Grave Bolt. Does necrotic damage, and they just try to do necrotic damage to me.
So are they
Yeah.
resistant to a minimum?
I mean, +9 to hit. So that's 15.
who are you aiming at? The big guy?
The big guy.
What is it? 15?
15.
15 hits.
No, it's 3d8 +5 necrotic.
Ooh.
See if he's immune or not. So that's 11, and 3 is 14 +5 is 19 necrotic.
Nice hit. Still up.
Okay.
All right, done?
Yeah, I think I'll duck into the wall.
Yeah.
Not well, it doesn't
Keep
really
your
make
head-
any difference.
Yeah.
I'll keep my head out. He can't hurt me unless he comes up and bites me or something.
Yeah. So,
Wait a minute. How is he going to hurt me by biting me? Let me
Wave your
think about
red,
that.
get a red cape out and
I don't know if that'll work
There
on
are
him.
folks down there. What's that about?
find out.
Yep.
so the good news
We're being sandwiched.
is that they had to dash to get here. The bad news is there's a bunch of them.
Give a cone.
So there was some bravado here in the text. Let's read some stuff that I should have read to you a long time ago.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Holding back.
You
on
are
this.
now in what appears to be an underground chamber beneath Subar. There is no light here. For those who can see, there are several tunnels leading away from this room. A putrid smell draws your attention to one wall, against which you see several buckets supporting a ladder that laid flat, topped with various claws. Given that and the additional food stores you see, you surmise this particular room is used as a larder. You seem to be, well, you're not alone. What else we got? Anything else here interesting? So next it says, as you leave the room, you hear the clacking of sound approaching from the path. That was these 3 blind Exvart. I didn't miss anything. Now, as you look to the side, you look into the next room. Perhaps it would be try with your dark vision, right? Mm-hmm. You see it's almost like a theater. There's some stadium or some raised seating, and there's a raised plateau off to the left. Somewhere out front, you see a person in more royal type of garb, holding his a hand that is illuminated, and he seems to be leading some sort of chant. And you hear the word Raxavart. Raxavart. Raxavart.
Here we go.
Raxavart. Raxavart. The chanting Raxavart.
Great.
All right, and maybe even he says, "Come, my children, come join us. Come join us for your doom."
Seems like a nice guy.
And they get to make some sort of saving throw against being stunned, right?
Yes.
Yes.
The 3 Exvarts do, and
Wisdom.
14 is the best. Was it Constitution?
I thought it was wisdom.
Yeah, I'm thinking wisdom.
Which is
Wisdom.
Constitution, isn't it?
And 17.
Yeah, I know they failed. But with the big guy wasn't stunned in the first place, and he has his attack.
Yes.
And I'm thinking, well, we're gonna roll. We're gonna roll.
Does the moonbeam happen first?
Sure.
Because he started his turn.
Started his turn there. Moonbeam first. As you both are crossing your fingers, that it kills him.
Million points of damage.
Yeah. I'm not going to be that fortunate. Well, he's got to do a con fail. But it's 12 points unless he passes.
Failed. 12
Actually,
points.
So full 12.
All right. Still, it just pissed him off. All right. As would you like to be odd or even?
Being odd is always better.
Is it?
Would you like to be odd?
Sure, why not?
It's better to be odd.
It's odd. You're odd.
Okay.
So, yeah, his glare turns to you. Maybe he senses that you're controlling this moonbeam that keeps hitting him. As you need to make a saving throw, a Constitution saving throw.
Alright. Page up. Let's see. Oh, that's not my strength. The best here. It's a 19.
19 does pass.
Ooh.
You take 15 points of necrotic damage.
Done a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little more than a tickle.
Yeah, and you feel like if you would have failed that, not only would you have maybe had the full effect, but if you would have really failed it, you might have taken twice that.
Alright.
As it pushes through, what's its movement here? Wrong screen. Its movement is 30 feet. As it kind of does a buck and a kick, and it runs. So, opportunity attacks.
Yes, if it's
Yeah.
close enough, I will definitely.
5, 10, 15,
Heavy girl.
20, 25, 30.
Yes.
Alright.
Pet me.
Does
Oh,
Olak get an opportunity attack?
but they just passed within 5 feet of you, you need to make the stench check. You already passed yours, so I'm gonna make you immune, Olak.
Cool.
But these are happening at the same time, right? So you're taking your stench attack. Olak, you get to make your opportunity attack.
All right.
Which one
I'm
is
going to
this?
use my Warcaster feature to cast
What
a spell.
save? Is it
For the stench is
Yeah.
another Constitution
Another
save.
No, the kittens aren't going to be very happy when I come in. I smell like dog.
it's 18.
18 passes. All right.
Phew.
This
There we go. A 24 to hit.
24
And I'm
hits.
casting Booming Blade with my Warcaster.
All right.
So that is. I don't suppose it's a giant.
No.
Alright, that's 13 base damage. And then.
You have your opportunity attack. You're working on it,
Working
right?
on it, yep. One of my pages went down. I'm trying to get back.
Yeah, careful.
Wait, no.
She woke up. She's ready to play.
There we go. Alright. 7 thunder damage, and then because it then willingly moves 5 feet after I hit him, it then takes another 8 thunder damage.
Okay. How about Strider?
So let's see. Strider will take a poke.
32 damage total.
Nice for opportunity attack. Crazy.
22 to hit.
Yeah.
And that's
No, I lied. Sorry, 28 damage.
Close enough.
It's still good, Bob.
12 points.
12 points. And as it tries to push through that hole, it falls and clogs up the path.
Ah, nice.
And because I did that with my blood spear, woo,
Nice.
we get
Nice.
Some amount of that back in half of that back in health points, maybe.
when you hit with a melee attack using magic spear and reduce the target to 0 points, you gain 2d6 temporary hit points.
Nice.
6, that works. Okay, we'll go up here. 10.
I like the 3
What?
blind mice reference, man.
Yeah, that's cool.
You finally used
Yeah,
the
that's
blood
pretty
spear to some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some effect. Woo woo. Alright, this goes away. This goes back up.
Raxavart. Raxavart. Raxavart.
Did the X-Wards pass their stun?
No. They're still stunned.
So the 3 blind experts are.
Yeah. 3 blind experts. 3 blind experts.
Cristiano will put them out of their misery.
I didn't even pick up on that. It was 3 blind mice.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Excellent. Alright.
What happened? You did the damage and
dropped
you,
them, and I got my
All right.
temporary hit points, and
That was on their turn. So now we're to Barkworm. As you turn and you see that these rats, this giant rat, just crawled up on your heel.
I cast lightning
Lightning, nice.
right down that center there.
Yeah. Yes. So you all right? Well, you hit all 5.
Dexterity saving throw for them. To take
First
half.
3. 15 plus 2 is 17. Probably 1 save.
17 will pass.
1 save. 3 saved. What's 3 saved. The 3 in the back saved.
Oh, terrible rolls. It's 3, 4, 6, 8,
That's a lot of
13,
ones,
14.
dude.
I know. I can't even put that many into jail.
What was the total?
14. you
14.
said.
14. 14, and then the ones that passed to calf, right?
Yeah.
All right. Barkworm Strider.
All right.
You just killed that thing. It just landed smack dab and then clogging up the path. You can it's humped. It was squeezing to get through there, so it kind of fell, kind of leaned against the wall.
Got it.
And it's that's probably a good 5 foot tall mass. It might have shrunk down to 4 feet when the legs fell from underneath it. It was leaning up there, and you can kind of see past there, and this dude is standing up on some ledge, is waving his glowing hands. Exevart. And some chanting off to the side is following his lead. Exevart.
Okay. Well, let's see here. Bear with me 1 second. I want to check something. And we're going to go here. How can we go? Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. So I'm going to send the moonbeam. I can move it 60 feet. And so I'm going to go park it on the shaman.
Right here.
Remember, my robot might be in that room somewhere.
Okay.
You wouldn't know where.
Right.
Exactly. Be careful where you put it.
Yeah, avoid the bags.
You can't even see those bags.
All right.
He's up 5 feet off the ground, so he's
He's
up here.
Can I see this guy? Could I put it between them? Can I catch this fellow here?
Sure.
There we go. Excellent. And so we're still doing that, and we're still doing that. So I moved it. That's not as good. Right. So they need to do the whole get back to spells and get back to spell. Constitution failing throw.
For the big guy, 12. For the little guy, 4.
Both fail.
Well, let's see if they have any modifiers on that. Constitution?
Yep.
All right. It's a +1, 13, so they fail, right?
Yep. And so they take 8 points of radiant.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. And I'll come out of my cubby a little bit. Yeah. I don't want to block the whole path, but that looks good. That way I have slightly better line of sight and.
As I said, he's up, so you can get a good sight of him. These guys, you can't hardly see at all.
Yeah, right. Okay. All right. Moved it.
All right.
Scorched
So
them.
that was Strider. Barkham, we did you. Christiana.
She had her foot in her mouth.
Chewing her nails.
No, she's being attacked from behind is what she's doing.
Oh, no.
It's a dog.
no. Okay, I'm sorry.
Christiana?
Christiana does not have a foot in her mouth. She will step up.
5, 10, 15, 20. As you look at you eye them warily as they seem to be dazed.
Yeah.
20.
Debating whether
And
should just
try to put them out of their misery, or
she
you
could easily just pop. But or does she go after the chanters?
as you round this corner, you just I don't know. Can you see from that angle? I don't think so.
Maybe not. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
She'll go after the 3 blind. We'll put
All
them
right.
out.
Put them out. We told the townspeople we'd help.
I don't think the plus 10 is
TV reflection.
What's that?
She sees herself in the TV.
Yeah. What?
How many hit points did they have?
I don't remember.
You don't
Some.
need to remember, you have it written down.
Have they taken any hits?
No, they've only been stunned really the whole time.
Well, they took
Well,
hit from the.
Yeah, so there's damage
oh,
from
there's
that.
okay.
I don't
They
remember-
seem wary.
Okay. Okay, yeah. She'll just
Hit the first one.
yeah. She'll move her hunter's mark onto the first one.
Yeah. Yeah.
To keep it going. And then oh yeah, she has advantage. Yeah, she'll use the plus 10 damage.
Yeah. So you use 3 shots. The first one, you don't even need to roll. Right? They're stunned. You're gonna do all this damage. Ping. It's like shooting ducks. Bop, bop, bop. One after another, they just kind of fall backward.
Bags. Check for bags. Seriously.
That's your 3 shots. All right.
She'll go and check if there's any bags.
So you step up and look at their person, and what you see is buckets of this milky fluid in the buckets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would try it if I were you.
As he floats up behind you and says, "Go for it, try it, come on." I used to know a wizard that definitely would have tried that.
I can't.
You can interact with physical.
It takes a lot of concentration. All right. That was your turn, though. Olak? Oh, what are you going to do with your dog?
Oh yeah. We'd call up Delta to follow along.
All right.
But
Olak.
All right.
That-
Well, this
Park Lane.
chanting isn't good.
Yeah.
So, can I jump over
Sure.
me being
Yeah.
that's there?
So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
So first thing, though, bonus action. I'll click my heels together, and even more flame's going to come out as I turn on the boots normally.
All right. So you've used 35 feet, and you're standing on top of this thing. And you see all these creatures off to the side. You see the big bad dude leading them. You're standing up here, so you can see on top of this a series of bags, and you see something materializing.
Oh, great.
This giant figure, kind of I keep forgetting the word.
shocked.
A figment in the ghostly, ethereal. Yeah, as something is starting to materialize into the plane of existence.
Would he recognize this figure from the marking on the bag that we found last night?
Absolutely. The head of this creature seems to be the same face mask that was on the bag.
That seems.
Raxin
Alright,
Bart.
okay. How much movement have I used?
35.
All right, we're gonna use a lot of movement here. Probably gonna have to take some self-inflicted damage. But I would like to run and basically run next to all these if possible, and then run back, and then try to get in contact with this guy. If that's not possible, I'll just do a swing by
All right.
one and then go up to the guy up there.
So this is 40, 45, 50. All right, so you're 50 feet to here.
Mhm.
And then where you want to go?
Let's go another 5 feet to run next to those two, and then I'll start backtracking.
So I'm going to give you 10 feet. So what did I say, 45, 40, 45, 50?
I think it's at 50.
You were at
So this
50.
is 60 feet to here as you push
Yep.
through them.
Then I'll start backtracking and run up to Jehedar.
All right, 65, 70. This is an edge. All right, so this is a 5-foot type of plateau.
Yeah.
All right,
Can I jump?
you jump up on there.
Yeah.
All right, and you feel like you're really close to the materialization of something.
Yep.
Alright.
I want to run up against Jehedar.
You step up next on. You're standing over these bags.
Yep. I need to figure out how much damage I just took from the boots. No. What's that? Okay, 2d4. So I take 5 fire damage,
Dragon God, apparently Dave wants us to warm up on a rat guard.
and then I have to make a
Dragon-
concentration check on my
Good
spell.
rat god before we get dragon god.
Oh, thank goodness for that advantage. And then so the 4 things I've run by, I'll take 1d6 fire damage. A 6.
Nice.
And then I'm gonna swing 2 times at this guy,
All right.
just normally, normal attacks.
You swing at Raxivar or the?
The
I don't think
priest.
that is Raxivar's
He's
there
not
yet.
quite
I
there
think we just
yet.
know he's coming through, right?
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
So let's disrupt that.
If you kill
Yeah,
this
so that's
guy, it
I'm
might
going
not happen.
after Jehedar. And I'll use my Thunder Gauntlets for the 2 attacks. So I believe that's a natural 1 to miss. And then that's a 13.
13 is gonna miss.
Yeah.
And he just laughed. Roxanne Bart! All right, that was Olak's turn. We're back to Gloin.
But he did take 6 fire damage, so it wasn't a complete waste.
Sure. Not a complete waste.
Exactly.
Okay.
far can he get? How far can you move as your?
Oh, probably 30 feet.
Okay, so
Can I see him? So I'm going to move
Not
up.
from not from here.
I'm going to move forward at an angle until I can
10,
see what's
15,
going on there.
20, 25, 30. I mean, you get right behind Strider.
Now I can see him. Sacred Flame. Deck 17 fell.
Deck 17. Pass. Deck
Well.
17. 12 on the die. I don't think he's going to have plus 7, plus 5. All right, he fails. Sacred Flame.
Yeah, 3d8 plus 5.
Okay.
So that's 16.
All right.
Radiant
All
damage.
right, he's taking it. That's your turn?
Yeah, move. Fell.
All right. And on their turn, he...
On his turn, he takes damage from the moonbeam.
Sure.
that's right. Call.
Start of his turn.
That's right. That's better.
And you had, what was it, a save?
Yeah, he failed. They failed.
Okay.
16.
16 points of damage.
Mm-hmm.
Also radiant.
Yeah.
All right. He's taking some damage, but he's still up. And on his turn, though, he laughs and he says, "Raxava, yes!" As he finishes materializing, and Jadar turns invisible, or rather disappears. For those that disappears, and the rest of them. This start 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 25, and they will be piling.
Hello, girlie. Hello.
Lambs to the slaughter.
You're right.
God is awakened. He must eat.
Really?
All right, so we got 2 attacks on Olak.
I hope. We don't need any more.
10. Does a 14 hit? I don't think a 14 hits. Now we have on Barkworm down here.
Yeah, we left Fort Parker back.
This one down 12 plus 4 is 16 to hit.
Nope.
And you get an opportunity attack as it backs away. And the next one pushes in. And he's going to miss as well.
Sure. The one I pulled away,
Mm-hmm.
that's an 8 plus 4 at least. Let me see. Staff.
It's going to hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
I gotta figure out.
It's at least
plus
4.
6, yeah. Oh, it's damage. 1d6. 1d8. Two-handed. 5 plus 2.
5 plus 2 is 7 points of damage. Okay. And the next one moved in and it missed. All right.
You don't have the gravity well.
Now, Exavar. Is that his name? Raxavart materializes in his grandest form, sitting in some sort of throne on top of the treasure that's right there. And the ground starts to rumble as you realize he's snoring. He's asleep. And somewhere in the invisibility, you hear, "No!" It is Gloin's turn.
Oh, my mind twist is still not back, so
Yeah, baby.
Back it up. Not for you.
oh,
I go to people that actually like me.
Yeah.
I can only do that once per day. Ooh, but I haven't done that yet.
Gloin, and what did
But Olak's in the path.
I skip Gloin? Gloin, it's not your turn. You did the radiance thing. It's Barkworm's turn.
Okay.
They just went. After them is Barkworm. On my scale.
So
I know what I'm supposed to. Yes.
Gives you a little longer to think. Yep.
I will. Yeah.
You have them kind of lined up still.
I think I'm gonna do it again.
Okay.
Lightning bolt. And it's a dex saving throw.
First three. Natural 20.
Of course.
You must have shot over his head. The back three.
I can't see it. Try it under your foot.
It was a 20.
No, that's cocked for sure.
I would have made you roll it. 2 saved.
Alright, so
The front one and the back one.
let's see if we can get better rolls this time. 3, 3, 6, 12, 18, much better. 18, 22, 23, 24.
24?
Yes.
Yeah, they start falling. You shot over the one in front, but you got this one. Wrong screen. This one, this one, this one, and this one.
I'll start falling back to beyond past my look. Yeah. I want to be able to see as many of them.
All right,
as my group
I'm
is.
just gonna 10. He's gonna miss. All right, that was your turn. Is this where you want to be?
Is that as far as I
No, you started here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 if you
go?
want
That
to.
sounds good right there.
All right, and you leave your book right there.
Yep.
Okay, that was Barkram Strider. You're up. You see the ass end of the stinky thing right in front of you.
Swell. All right. Well, then, first thing we're going to do is we're going to pull the moonbeam towards, try to capture these 4 and not clip Olak. There
Like
you
that?
go. Yep.
Nice.
So, 17 points of damage.
17 points of damage. Ouch. All right, the one it's centered on actually dies.
All right, and then so I did that. That's an action. Then movement. I guess I'd like to climb, jump, or whatever it takes to get over this thing.
Yeah, you climb over. Boy, does it stink.
Stink.
You know, killing it didn't make it smell any better.
Doesn't help.
So that was 5, 10, 15,
Don't want to go there.
25, 30 to get over it.
Yep.
Yeah, you could be in any of these 3 spots.
Yeah, I'll square up with these guys.
All right.
Does Gloin yell anything at him?
Don't go there
Okay.
unless you want to die. No. Yeah, he probably wouldn't die.
No.
You decide to give him.
Yeah. I don't want to block the path.
Yeah, as you climb over, Gloin says, "Stay out of my way! I'm gonna kill him."
All right.
As you said, "Okay, I'll come over here,"
Right.
Well, we'll see.
and so that was Strider. Christiana, you just saw Strider climb over that mountain of stinkiness,
Yeah, she doesn't
And-
especially want to get very close to it.
and actually, where you're standing is right where the other one is, but I didn't make you roll. Maybe its stench had fallen off
I've forgotten about that.
because I had forgotten about it. I
There was
moved,
no point for her to get that. What was this?
but I mean, from here, maybe you can see this. But remember, this thing's pretty tall, and this thing's are pretty short.
Yeah. Why did she go over there?
Because you were checking for bags.
Oh, right. Okay.
I'm taking out the last 3.
Well, she can do that at range. That's what I was like. Wow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she would move away from the other one, for sure.
Come down here. But
I
you
mean,
really,
towards the action.
I mean, you're moving toward this thing, and the stench is not getting better.
Right. She doesn't have enough. 30 feet doesn't even get her to it.
Well, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I mean, you could be here, and then you could at least, if you could see Olak, you maybe see these guys on top of here through the moonbeam.
Could I get on the other side of Gloin in that little wall?
Yeah, you can get down here.
Well, that's maybe in.
You want to be
She
here?
doesn't want to be in front of Glory.
Could you jump? Can you?
Yeah, that's fine.
Can you jump?
This is where you want to be?
Yeah.
All right, if I move this, all right, let's draw your line. So you can get this guy, for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Because he's up 5 feet above everything else anyway. But you are within 10 feet of this thing. So as you get within 10 feet of that thing, your eyes start to water and you feel like you might need to make a Constitution saving throw. So that happens about here. I give you the choice if you want to move into it or not. But here you can't really see anything.
Yeah, she'll stay back.
All right, so then you can't. There's no shooting then.
That's fine.
Okay, done.
Delta will follow her.
All right. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. It doesn't make sense to me that this smell would affect the dog, the mechanical dog.
Agreed.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He could dash through it. If you use your dash, I'll put you on the other side.
We'll have to check its speed.
If you use your dash, I'll put you on the other side.
But it can't take. It has to take orders, right? It's not autonomous.
Yeah.
Right. So it would stay with her.
All right. All right. So it stays back. Okay. You're done.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
Yeah.
Christiana Olak, you're up here.
Okay.
This godly rat god, humongous, the gigantic being sitting on a throne just materialized next to you. These were-rat creatures rush you. One falls from a moonbeam. The priestly guy disappears.
Yep.
You're standing over
so
3 bags.
I'm within 5 feet of the one to the north of me.
Oh, absolutely. You're both the one to the
Okay.
north and to the west.
Yeah, so the way I'm interpreting our shuttle on stride is that the damage doesn't come from it unless I enter the reach, or I enter within 5 feet, so I don't think they get damaged by me just standing here.
Okay.
So I'm going to swing at the one to the north.
So you know, there's that ledge protrudes to the south. You could move south 5 feet without.
I don't want to damage Raxabort if he's sleeping. I was really hoping that I would not damage him. By standing
that
there.
might be a good idea.
Yeah.
Yep, so I'm going to swing at the one to the north.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll use my long sword. I don't want to do too much noise. Gosh dang it. Alright, well that's a miss. For
Right.
Sure.
Yeah.
And then second swing. There we go. 28.
How much damage?
12 slashing.
12 slashing.
And then I will run down, away, and I'm going to
But this guy does fall.
run. He does? Sweet.
Yes.
Alright, I will run down, get within 5 feet of those guys,
Okay.
detour to the north, get within 5 feet of that other guy,
Yeah.
and then basically run back and jump up, hopefully get within 5 feet of that one, and
Sure.
then stay there.
All right. Do your damage. Do you take damage again from that yourself?
I'm going to have to count it. 2 fire.
2 fire on each of them.
That was 5, 20, 25, 40, 45, plus 5, 50. Nope, I don't. It's less than half.
There is one opportunity. Do they all get opportunity attacks on you?
They do not. That's one of the
Oh,
nice
yeah,
things of
nice
the
thing.
spell is I don't get opportunity attacks.
Is
So
it a
unless
s-
they can
is it a
negate
s-
that,
Is it a spell or is it your boots?
it's a spell.
Okay. Good for you. Cool spell. All right. How much? You said 2 points of fire damage
2
each?
points of fire.
All right. I got it. Let's see here. That was Olak's turn. We're back top of the order with Gloin.
Okay, I want to move, and I want to end up here. So if I go through this stuff as difficult terrain,
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50.
I wanted to go through here.
All right,
And
so
then through here.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Yeah. Now, can I do this from inside there? Bonus action, I turn into a ghost dragon.
All right.
And now your head is sticking out because you're so large, right?
Yes.
There you go. That's how you do it, boys.
Terrifying breath, 90-foot cone. But if I do that, I'm going to wake him up.
I'd really rather you not. I understand what you're.
Certainly.
Well,
I'm trying to do. Hopefully, the
also,
90-foot cone doesn't
the-
get these two. On the
yeah,
side.
I think it's gonna.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
The cone's like for every 5 feet it goes an extra 5
You
feet
are
wide,
definitely
right?
hitting Strider and Olak.
Let's not do that.
Guiding bolt.
What's
a
the,
latent bolt.
what's the worst that could happen to you?
What else is
40
gonna give you damage?
40 points of damage, cold damage, and frightened of the ghost dragon for 1 minute. That's what happens.
Let's see.
Oh,
I'm
I
immune,
really wish
I'm
I
immune
remembered
to
to
being
put on my
frightened.
temporary hit points.
Fine. I'm just going to do. Am I within reach of that guy right in front of me?
Not quite.
Okay.
Remember, you just barely made it to that.
Well, the bite is a reach of 10 feet.
Yeah, but you're in stone. I
Yeah,
don't know. I'm not
okay.
loving it.
Okay. Well, I can cast the same things.
You cast a cantrip at least.
Yeah.
What's the movement of the ghost dragon?
Oh, you think I should have done this as the ghost dragon? Yeah.
Well, I mean, it has more movement.
Speed has 40. If I turned into the ghost dragon and done it, I have 40 feet of movement.
Versus.
And then I'd be outside.
All right. So at least I'll give you the reach attack on this guy.
Okay.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
So I'll
Did you
do.
have to dash to get there?
No,
No.
with as a dragon he had 40 feet instead of 30 feet, so he'd be fine.
Okay, so the bite attack. There's one bite attack and 2 claw attacks. So the bite attack, and then these 2 are claw attacks. The bite attack is plus 11 to hit, which is a 17.
Yep.
That's a 17 and 19
Yep.
on the die.
All
So.
right.
Okay, so the bite is 68 plus 5 cold damage, so let's just call it 32. So I mean, it's dead.
It's dead. Yeah.
Because then you got the claw.
Okay. Is that your turn?
Yeah.
Their turn. And this guy reappears and starts shaking. My lord, wake up, Raxabot! And Raxabot, he kind of roars, and the ceiling starts to cave in, and the floor. He looks and he sees the gold, and he starts gathering it in, and he starts sucking it back into his other dimension as he kind of backs away, and the gold starts sucking with him. And all the treasure and the bags start to go with them, and that is their turn. We're gonna have one attack here. We're gonna have one attack here, and we're gonna have one attack here. So 2 on 12 plus 4, 16 to hit. Olak, I think, is a miss.
The ones in the
Correct.
moonbeam take damage.
The one, okay, before they get out. Yes, fair enough. The one on 17 hit Strider.
1 second. Yeah, meets it, beats it.
It
17.
it did hit.
Yeah.
All right, so it did. Took me off guard. Nothing's hit yet. You took 14 points of damage. 14 points of, and that would have been slashing damage from their claws. The other mouse runs forward. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Oh, catches Barkworm. Attack on Barkworm. 16 plus 4 is unnatural 20.
Yes.
You take 14 points of damage.
But who was in the moonbeam? Because they're going to take.
Yes.
One of those was in the moonbeam.
At least
One of them, natural 20 on the die.
Okay.
All right.
So, what was it getting attacked by?
This giant rat just charged you.
You move the screen, so move it down a little bit. There you
As a reaction,
Holy shit.
I'd like to cast Silvery Barbs.
Make him reroll. 12, 16. Misses? Alright.
Why? Hang on. Now I've lost D&D Beyond went south on me here.
It's just one side.
What are you contemplating? Because I want to move on.
Nothing. I mean, I don't know where we are in.
Yeah, are you next?
I don't know.
So we just did them. Gloin did his. The worms just did theirs. The god was woke up. This Jedar guy. The ceiling's starting to cave in.
Right.
The reality is starting. He's starting to pull back out of reality and starting to suck the treasure with him. You seem to have the rats under control. They don't seem to be able to harm you very much. And it's Barkworm's turn. He just got bit by a giant rat.
I almost got hit by a giant.
Can you cast Silvery Barbs as a reaction? Mm-hmm. Fantastic.
I can't do anything.
Oh, you locked up.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Won't even let me.
Oh, I got you. Let's just take a moment.
I feel it's going to do the same as you.
Oh, yeah, that's not great. Well, it's time to use our imaginations.
So,
What do you want to do? Just describe what you want to do.
what I want to do is I want to run and jump over that thing.
You're gonna
And then run and jump over that
you're gonna hold your breath. 5, you're gonna risk the opportunity attack. 7 is a miss. 5, 10, 15, 20, and you're gonna do a jump, cartwheel. Give me an agility check.
Hero roll.
Dexterity.
That's a 19.
19. Oh yeah. You kind of jump. You kind of do the twist in the air. You roll onto your stuff.
Clumsily, like a big 7-foot thing,
Yeah.
just flopping around
Yeah.
in the air. But somehow I stick it.
Well, actually, you kind of bounce off the thing. Boom! Like it's a bouncy pad.
Trampoline.
Yeah, of sorts. And then you land right next to it. There's your 30 feet.
And I see everything that's there, right?
Yeah, you see a moonbeam. You see the two guys right in front of you. You see Strider. Jeddar's here. And kind of fading in out of reality is this rat god. And this treasure is getting sucked with it.
And
Which bag?
my staff glows white, and I cast Cone of Cold.
Okay.
And I should be able to get it so that I don't hit Strider or Olak, right? But I hit everything else. Yeah.
This might be
What's
your
the
best
range?
right here. Hits 3 of them.
It's more than 15 feet, though.
Yeah, okay.
I think it's 60 feet.
Well, let's see what you hit then. 60 feet.
Okay,
Everything.
pretty much.
So it looks like you hit 4 of them.
Okay.
Does he hit racks of art?
Can you check and see?
Yeah, it
if
looks
it's
like it.
Yeah,
He's
60
Well,
foot.
he would hit it if it was on this plane of existence.
Got you.
All right. So
Oh, really?
88.
8d8.
8d8 damage.
1, 2, 3.
It's a Constitution saving throw.
So basically, the were rats are gonna die. All right.
Yeah.
The-
7.
Safe guess.
yeah, these things are out.
No, the
Boom.
way it rolls,
Boom.
no rolls.
Boom.
Tonight.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, I'll just start taking half of that. Honestly. I like rolling dice, but 6,
Not when
12,
you get 8 out of 88
20,
or something like that. Yeah.
24, 27, 34, 41,
Yeah.
43.
So
That's average.
Jedar, this priest, is praying to his god, and as he does, the voice of mouth opens, and he just turns into a pillar of ice. He's dead.
There's a con saving throw for half damage, but
He fell. All right, but you have one dude up, and he looks left, he looks right, and he's like, you see a little trickle of wetness come down his leg. Christiana, it's your turn. No, Strider, it's your turn.
Bag.
Strider, it's your turn.
Right.
Grab the bag, he says.
Okay.
As they,
Wait, I'm hoping Barkroom will point us in which one's the right one.
Grab them all.
I can't run any further up.
No, well, and that was his turn. He was distracted by clearing the room. So
don't you have the locate object?
he absolutely does, but he
It's over there.
Grab all of them that you can. Strider grab three
Right,
of
so
them. Olaf grab
Strider
three of
will
them.
move up to these,
Yep.
And
and
don't get sucked into
then
the
I will
dimension.
also, hang on. Oh, I can't see it.
You climb up the 5-foot ledge. You start grabbing them.
But I was also going to try, but I think I'm too far away. I was going to try to thorn whip those, or at least one of them to drag, drag it
He's
to me.
gonna have a turn in a second.
Olaf's
Okay.
going to have his turn.
30,
Okay.
30 feet.
Then I'm just going to tackle those three.
Just give me a agility file and don't get a 1.
Oh, okay.
Don't suck.
Because that's
As you reach out, as these are starting to slide away from you, try to grab at them.
it's a 15 plus. I
All
know
right,
my
all right.
dex is strong.
You grab them. You grab those 3 bags, you gather them in, and you're kind of huddled as you feel the pressure, the vacuum of this other dimension sucking at you. That is Strider. Christiana, you're back here, and there's something happening in another room. You really can't see very well. You can see Barkwoom's head.
Okay, she'll brave the stench and
All right. Yeah.
jump over.
I do want. By now, you've let out. You both had a breath. Give me your Constitution saving throw.
15 plus. I can't give you my constitution. It's at least +2.
Would you roll?
17.
You're good.
14.
You're not good. Any creature with other than the Catoble. So these are Cato, Catoblepas. Pronounce that for me.
No.
All right, Catoballs. That starts to turn within. Must make the DC Constitution saving throw or be poisoned until the start of the creature's next turn.
I'm immune to poison.
Well, there you go. Until the next. Successful save, they're immune. All right, so you both passed. You're both immune now. Boy, did that smell bad, though. Finish your turn, Christiana. There's one. You jump over it. You see, oh, crap, there's one left.
It's dead, right?
Yeah. Shoot. Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. You spend your turn killing it. Yes?
Yes.
All right. But-
Delta would come with her.
Yeah. Jumps over.
Would you allow Delta to dash and grab one of the bags? I don't know. If
I
there's
would,
anything that-
except for there's a moonbeam in his way, and jumps over, and he's moving through him anyway, and it's Olaf's turn next. Anyway, all right.
So, a point about that. So, by the time I
Grab those 3 bags.
this should have dropped. I was keeping track of my
All right.
my turns.
Okay.
So that would be gone.
And the cold is a temporary blast. Also, it doesn't stay.
So just
It clears the battlefield a little bit easier to see, which
trying-
makes it a little easier for him to jump up. Has his own cold coat. Jumps up there, and starts to grab. Give me a dexterity check for the dog to grab one of those bags.
It's a saving throw.
Just roll a d20 and tell me what it is. He probably has a +1 or +2.
It's +5 for saving throws, but it's still not great.
Roll a
Six.
d20. 6?
6.
Yeah, he jumps up. Maybe he stumbled a little bit jumping up on the 5-foot ledge, but for whatever reason he wasn't able to grab it. But Olak is right there. It's Olak's turn. Olak, you dive for those 3 bags, trying to grab them all.
Yep.
Don't suck. Dexterity.
All right. But before that, I've been reading through my spell here, and objects also take fire damage, and I've definitely gotten within 5 feet of those twice, if that is relevant.
But they're magical, so they're going to be resistant.
All right. And 6 fire damage, if
Okay.
it's applicable. But yeah, all right. I'm gonna rush and try to grab the on fire bags.
Okay.
What do you want? Acrobatics?
Yeah. No, I just want to roll a d20 and add your dexterity modifier.
Right. So roll a d20. That's a 7. I shall use my reaction to give myself a +3, so it's a 10.
All right, I'm gonna say that's good enough. You grab those 3 bags, you run them. But the other problem is the roof is starting to cave in as you start to see light above you, as the roof falls in, and you can see the coolness of air rushes in as you can see the path out. You are somewhere to the side underneath the mill. We are now out of combat. You've grabbed the bags. He has sucked all the gold and treasure, but you've grabbed the bags. Everything else is dead or gone. Any epilogue to this thing? So, you've just defeated Jadar, the Rat King.
You see
And
that puny god run from us?
I wanted to kill him. I didn't get a chance.
It'd be an awful lot of gold.
Yeah, we could have used that gold.
Sure.
the town could have used their gold.
Yeah, truly.
No, we would have just kept the gold. Come on.
So we
Share it with the townspeople who it was stolen from.
You crawl out there and you see Dust in the Wind, who heard this rumbling of the ground, is kind of like hanging on to this edge of the building as she watches the ground kind of fall in and this opening to the underground looks, and she's looking out. And do you guys crawl out of the hole?
absolutely
You crawl
with
out
the bags.
with the bags.
with the bags.
Do you want to investigate the tunnels, see if there's any more gold, or that was all there?
Well, that's a fair point because I mean, are we sure we have all the bags that they had? Right. I mean, the whole mission here was to was twofold: save Minnie and eliminate the rat
The
things.
whole point was to give the treasure to the god, right?
I torched 5
That's
of them
what
at least
happened.
myself.
Yeah, I'm gonna put you over here. There's more space. Big
What
sigh.
were those stinky things? Come on.
And finally, the word comes to you. Say it.
I don't even remember what it was at this point.
CATA.
Cato.
Cato.
Cato balls.
Cato balls.
Catobles. Catapalas. I don't know.
Catapult.
Cato.
Catabobles. Bobles. Catobobol. Catobobol. I don't know. All right, as you crawl out of the hole,
Cato.
Dust the Wind is standing there on the corner watching as you guys start to crawl out. Covered in filth and mud, shaking it off you. And she looks like,
Well,
is it done?
we didn't get the treasure back, but they're all dead.
We did drive
All
off
of
the
them?
all that were there,
And a king.
and the king.
Well, you're the hero of the city. We will name this mill after you. What should we call it?
What's our crew name?
What I say last?
Motley Crew?
The Motley Crew.
That's what I've said that. And you, we should
The
name
Motley
that.
Crew of killer hobos.
Well, I said that and you kind of laughed at me.
Murderhood.
Murderous hobos.
Um,
What should we call it? We'll name the mill after you. What should we call it?
what's the name of the ship? Or
Horde Breakers.
The
we're
Horde
the
Breakers.
Horde Breakers.
Yeah. I think that was swell.
That being the Horde Breakers as well. The Horde Breakers.
Salty crew. We've sailed the seas.
Horde Breaker Mill. That flows.
This is the Horde. From now on, this mill will be called the Horde Breakers Mill.
Huzzah!
Now we need to use the mill.
And
Well, we need to get Minnie first.
Well, yeah, we got to go through the bags and make sure we
Assuming
find.
Minnie was in one of those.
Yes.
bags.
yeah, Minnie was in one of those bags. As were some of the townspeople. Some of those townspeople, they look worse for wear because they've been in there a while. I was just hoping. I was hoping that you were going to let yourself get captured by them. Because there's 3 people out of the adventure. Because you go into the bag, you are in some extra dimensional space captured. You could do whatever you want in the bag.
That would have been.
That would have been fun.
That would have been amazing.
Glowing and all three of you in a tight extra-dimensional space with a mouse, and you couldn't even convert back because you're stuck. Then what happens when you are compelled after an hour, if it would have lasted that long? But anyway, so you go in and you still have your magical. You spend your tinker magical artificial ability to enhance the ability of the mill.
Of the mill. I cannot do that until tomorrow.
Okay.
Oh, Christiana can.
Oh, well, okay then.
Okay.
I don't have an infusion free.
I mean, you start to do this, and how long does this take to do? Well, let's see. How long does it take to grind down a normal shelf? Probably moments for a normal shelf. This is shelf, right?
Like grindstone.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say it's gonna take you a full 8-hour day to get this into a powder that you feel is fine enough to fill those bags.
Probably multiple passes of like.
Yeah, you're pushing it
taking
through.
out, pushing back.
That's right. The magically infused grind wheel, it's going to do the job. I like it with the power of the water. It keeps going. It has the levers, the throttles, right? The puts it in neutral as reload it. You gather it up. And so next week we will have your dust. And so you would have had another long rest.
How much did the shell weigh? How much?
The shell weighed like 500 pounds. I want to say it was like silly heavy.
So are we getting 500 pounds of powder out of this? That's what I'm wondering.
Fair point.
Well, you're getting 5 bags worth of powder. Everything else, you don't know if you care about.
Well, and
Well,
if the bags aren't all that big, then
The bags, I'm picturing pillow sacks, right?
I'd be big enough to hold a mask.
Because you have to put the mask down inside
yeah,
of
right.
it.
What I'm thinking is the rest of it is potentially pretty valuable.
And we
There's
have
no doubt.
and we have a wagon.
And we do have.
You have
wagon.
well,
Well,
yeah.
we've unloaded the wagon.
yeah. Are you got to really take the wagon with you?
No.
It depends. If
You
we-
do have a portable hole, but do you want to put anti-magic powder
No,
in a
we
portable?
don't. We've established that.
We could leave it at the town and then come back for it.
Fair point.
This
You
evening,
could
I
leave
guess.
it in the Hordebreaker's mill.
Tell them we'll be back for it.
Yeah, you don't technically own the mill.
No,
They're
no,
just
understood.
naming it after
No,
you.
Yeah.
no, we knew that.
Might as well be ours though.
You do feel like you have free use of this anytime you want.
Yeah.
At least while Dust in the Wind's there, or those townfolk.
We'll just rename it Fortitude South. That's all.
Rename the town Fortitude South.
It might be the only fortitude as far as you know.
Yeah.
Lauren wouldn't let that happen.
We hope not.
But we don't know, Lauren.
We could have renamed the town Newford, but
That's true.
New.
So we do know you are here. You do know that the Well of Dragons is pretty much due east. You know. Notice, look at this distance. See just that distance from here to here. Picture that. Something else you know is that, as I try to drag this, the town that you were trained in is here. Now, if you think about this distance to this distance, it's not that much difference. So, when you get to this Well Dragon, you're gonna feel like you're the edge of this Anarok desert, and your city. This map doesn't have it. Not all maps have your city,
Wonder why.
but on this map, it
We
has
don't-
it.
We don't want people knowing where we.
So on this map, now this map's slightly different. For example, this Dragon Spear Castle, it's on the other side of the road on the other map. I think that's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Kind of, sure, could be right for the different map makers. As we cross and we went to Subar. Subar wasn't even labeled on the other one. As you go to the Well of Dragons, so this one's more. This map has it more
Northern.
north
Yeah.
and east instead of south and east. And this, you are from the city of Shade. So you have that general idea. You have your long rest. And again, the next morning, you sense that Drackhorn sounding. And as you raise to start making your way, gathering your things, saying your goodbyes to the townsfolk, since then there hasn't been the 2 days, right? You spent the 1 day working. There was another overnight, right? There's 2 days in there. And that second day, perhaps at some point during that day, you're gathering your stuff. You're ready to make your leave. And that morning of that second day is when you heard the Drackhorn sound. And as you're starting to gather your stuff up, you see off in the distance, flying in the air, these eagles, giant eagles with legs, with claws like lions. A whole blots out the sun. There's just one, then there's two, then there's 20, and there's 100 of these.
A murmuration of griffins.
These bird creatures, as they fly over you, they're mounted by people dressed. These birds have golden chest plates on them, and topped by humanoids, armored in golden plate, flying over.
I would recognize them, right?
Yeah, probably. They're Griffin Riders, whatever they're called.
From the big city.
Well,
they came from.
Waterdeep has their own version. These are coming from Baldur's Gate.
Oh, okay.
As they seem to be responding to this call, and everyone's gawking as this army flies overhead.
Our army?
Well, a army of Griffin Riders.
How far away are they?
How far up? A couple 100 feet. Well above any tree or house top.
I can make out the person on top of them, though, you're saying.
You can make out that there's people on top of them. Could you recognize any individual? No, you wouldn't be able to recognize an individual.
That's exactly what I thought.
I was thinking about sending to, like, speak to them.
Okay.
But I don't know if sending has a distance limitation. I don't think it does. I can't remember.
So
And I would
This comes
say,
over us
hey,
while we're in this town.
Yeah, yeah.
could you give us a lift? Where it looks like we're going to the same place you are.
The answer would be no. They don't know you, and they are on a very focused mission.
It's worth a question. It's worth the ask.
That on a spur of moment like that, the answer would be no. Could you arrange it somehow if you had a way to communicate? Maybe.
Do you have a sense? Are they joining, or are they going to confront?
And so I think it would be Dust in the Wind might be able to respond to that. And it says, well, yes, there have been troop movements moving toward the east over the course of the last few weeks. Certainly you've heard this sounding that's been happening. Ever since that happened, the troops, the armies have been pushing to the east.
Whose armies?
From the major city, from Baldur's Gate.
Okay.
And
So against the dragons. Oops.
Yes, so
They're
you've
immovable
seen the
objects.
dragon's movement as well. So it's not just the Green Horde. So you're kind of informing her.
I don't know if that answers anything, but
So yes, there's been troop movements pushing that way. So you get the sense that this is all coming to a head, right? With the Drackhorn, not only have the bag of dragons getting this, but the intelligence knows the dragons are getting drawn here, and so the good guys are getting following, and they're going to try to make some sort of counterattack at the same time.
okay, that answers.
That's kind of what I'm trying to get at.
Okay, good. So maybe in all the distraction and everything, we could sneak in.
Yeah.
So where are we at and where are we going?
Yeah, so here
I
you
see
are,
the
you're in
dragons.
Subar, and I prefer this map just because I can have
Topography.
well, I have the distance calculator, right? And so you are here.
Yeah.
You'd follow the trailway through Triel and down. Well, you have your choice. You can take your chances moving cross country, right? Control D. And you can go from here to here.
I think urgency says we should take the most direct path.
Take the most direct. You'd
The
probably
worst we fight
you'd
is
probably skirt
orcs,
the woods
orc parties.
or hang in just the edge of the woods.
Avoid major, confrontations.
Just
Yeah, but is it
go around the trail to.
And then you enter this. I think it has a name here.
Looks like a canyon.
Do I have D&D Beyond back?
D&D crashed.
No, it's
Yeah.
still crashed. For me, anyways. You can get.
It crashed.
You
for
can't
me.
get to play characters. You can get to other stuff. But
Yeah. So there's a gorge that's like the
Like the Grand Canyon.
well, it's a dragon burial grounds. It's full of dead dragon skeletons that this river runs into. All right, so this river has the Chianthar. Sure, Chianthar River heads to the north and east. If you cut across, you'll hit that river. Follow that river to the gorge, the Dead Dragon Gorge, whatever it's called. I'm making that up for now. And then at the end of that gorge is where you'll find the Well of Dragons. But it's going to be a 9-day travel as you skirt the Forest of Worms and the northern edge of the Trielta Hills before you get there. A long journey on a horse.
Is that? So I realize we're saying it's the most direct route, but
that's
we've got
distance by horse.
Yeah, 7 days. 7 days by horse.
It's grasslands. It shouldn't be that much harder than going by the road, which is way out of the way.
Yeah. Otherwise, you'd have to come down here, over around, and follow it, and then you would at least be on the road. Now, that's the good news is, in theory, according to Dust in the Wind, the troops have pushed this way, and it's not likely there's any orcs behind that front. But once you find that front, you're going to find orcs, you're going to find any of the forces of evil there, the dragons, dead, undead, the red wizards, it's all there.
Okay.
And the front is likely this side of the Well of Dragons.
It's somewhere between you. Well, if I zoom out here, where's Baldur's Gate? Baldur's Gate's here, right? So it pushed from here that way. So think of that path. All right. Why did those Griffin Riders come from this direction? Maybe they were from Baldur's Gate, from Waterdeep, but they're flying from here. They probably follow the tradeway down and are heading that way. They probably laid over at Borsker Bridge. So that's where we'll pick up next week. And you can make a decision of, is there anything you do along this hike? Unless you have a faster way to get there. You figure,
We'll be looking for.
if you want to take the time to forage for, you have your 4 hours a night that you have time that they don't have. If you want to go out in the dark,
Since we're traveling across country, we should probably leave the cart, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
We
leave
don't
it.
really have anything
We'll leave
anyways.
it to town. With the powder recall, and we'll come back for it later.
you take the horse. Well, you had 2 extra horses too, so you'll leave that with the cart.
Yeah.
You each have a horse. You take whatever you can carry.
How much powder do we have to take?
5 bags worth.
Yeah.
We have that, right?
You have that. You have 5 bags of explosive magic, anti-magic powder that you believe you light the fuse, it runs into the powder, and it'll explode.
Maybe we should take.
Maybe you should test it.
I'm sure we could test a small quantity of it.
Yeah, but how would you know if it blows up a magical item or not?
Anybody got a magic item they don't like?
Let's talk about this next week. Think about that.
Well, Olaf can make a magic item, and
Yeah, Olak, if you could take the time to do that.
I'd have to look at my inventory to see what I got.
technically
This might be a good sending off for the bag of holding, though. We haven't really been using it since we got the portable hole.
You do have those other bags that they had that you could blow up.
Yeah.
But I allowed you to empty them, but you didn't know. I should have made this harder. I didn't. You grabbed the bags, and to activate them, you had to pronounce the Raxivort's name. That was and so with that though, that is calling upon his power to use them, because you guys don't need 6 person capturing bags. You already have enough stuff, right?
I mean, we didn't figure out how to use them. We
Well,
just had to get people out.
Yeah, but to get them out, you had to pronounce his name to release them as well. In my
I
mind,
thought we used it to dispel magic.
there you go.
Last time.
I like that. You did spell magic, and that's how you got them out. Yeah, you didn't figure out how to do it, and so I mean, they are magic bags. There's some magic bag of kidnapping, and you dispel the magic on them to get them to expel the people. That was temporary. You knew that from before. It was a temporary effect on the bags.
Dag would love to have one of those. Not for kidnapping, but disappearing objects that he really wants.
Yeah, just slide it over. Say the word.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you would need a religion check in the favor of Raxivort, because he's granting you that power, and he would say you are not one of my flock. Okay, so next week we'll talk about that 7-day hike to the gorge. I'll have the real name. Oh, I should have the name right here. What's this called? Skull Gorge. I should have clicked on that before. The Skull Gorge. You follow the river Chianthar to the Skull Gorge, and you'll tell me what you do in those 7 days, and then we'll talk about maybe we'll have to roll for fate or roll the AI to see where that front is.
And maybe we can make contact with somebody in charge at the front. Because I'm sure we're not the only ones who have tried to thwart the dragon call at this point.
And Leonard's ready to go.
It's gonna be another stop to Arby's.
You gonna get a Frosty on your way, or not Frosty? What are they called?
Yeah.
No, Frosty's is
Wendy's.
Wendy's.
Oh, okay.
Okay, guys, I think we're done with the video.
Yeah,
we can turn off the OBS anyway.